Oh, crap. Well, there was no music that was playing during that. I'm so sorry. So, thanks for telling me. So I was actually recording audio and stuff for the video I just put out. So that's why I was muted. So thank you all for telling me. What I was saying was, before that, I was playing a Silent Hill 2 soundtrack, but I don't think anybody heard it. So, yeah, so there is that. I recently put out a video today that went live on the channel. I'm waiting to see how that does, but right now is my main thing I'm doing is I'm planning out the marathon stream. I'm gonna be picking a day for it whenever I can do it. So yeah, it's good to see you too, Booch. But today we're just gonna chill out and we're gonna be doing a few things here today. Now I prepared some stuff before the stream here, and I think it would be pretty interesting to go through with you guys. So we have some old video game magazines here I pulled up, and we're going to be going through them. We're going to be watching some old G4 as well. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff today. Like, this is like just a chill stream. It's going to chill out, relax today, watch some content, and just do that. But before we get into that, and he actually doesn't know that I'm actually doing this right now. I should have messaged him to begin with. One of my friends recently put out a video, and I got permission to watch it. So I'm going to be pulling that up here in a second. Just YouTube is being really fucky right now, so just give me 1 second here. Yeah, YouTube it does that thing where it just messes up. Let me go to my watch later. Oh, wait, hold on. Need to switch accounts. All right. Oh, it actually is. Oh, it is in here. So give me 1 second. Oh, I actually had it set up. Is that right? It's just window capture. Okay. So first of all, before we get into watching some stuff and things, okay. So my friend put out a video here, so we're gonna be watching this first. It's actually doing really well so far, so I'm really happy for him. And then we have a bunch of stuff here planned. I had a bunch of E3 stuff here, like G4's coverage of E3. Oh, thank you for the smooch. Booch, what about the Jostler? So we're gonna watch my friend's video first, and then we're gonna move on to I actually got some really old video game magazines up as well we're gonna be looking at. So this is gonna be a pretty fun thing, and I have no clue what that is right here. Tab management, delete group. Oh god. I think I actually made a tab group. Firefox is weird. Hey Jostler. Hope you're doing well today. Okay, now my friend's video. I told him I would watch it on stream. I'm gonna give him feedback as well for this.
Bridges. Metaphorically and physically, bridges are there to be crossed, and they signify the start of your new journey. If this is your first time here, I, Nasty, and my partner, Mrs. Nasty, make videos but with the dual perspective, and our journey starts here. This is my bridge, and
I like how he does this, like how he does his effects.
I knew when I crossed
like he puts himself in the game and he actually does stuff like this.
This bridge, this would be the point of no return.
We need to do a Bloodborne stream at some point.
That I would face the cleric beast, and I knew when I downed that first boss, nothing would stop me from destroying this game. I knew this so strongly that I would play the opening area of this game for, that's right,
16 hours.
16 hours.
As a witness to the strangest gaming practice I have ever seen, I would watch Nasty boot up the game and play the starting area over and over and over again. Every time he got to the bridge, he would say he can't go any further, or that he would have to finish the game. I thought this was completely apeshit because...
I'm talking about I sold the cash register by an old man. I need the beautiful eyes.
Isn't that the point? Like, he's totally missing the point.
I know what you're thinking. Did I just play the opening area of a game for 16 hours? Well, your answer is yes, but it's also no, because I did this over the course of a few years. I would download the game, and then I would run around for a bit, and this guy would jump out from behind a lamppost and kill me. I would quit and uninstall the game.
Yep. Oh, thank you for the head pat.
Then, I would take a notion, download the game again, and I would die on these steps.
That one death was bullshit right there. It got him through the stairs. So I don't have a visual thing of this on stream, but in the Discord, I don't show this stuff too often. In the Discord, there is like a what is it, there is goals in the Discord I put. We're at 15 sub/members right now. Next one is at 20, and then there's one at 30 and one at 50. That's now these goals are going to be over the course of a month. So yeah.
By this axe guy, and also I would die by this crowd of guys.
I think, oh yeah, 20 is playing Rat Shaker on Steam on stream.
Was in the game that it would get to me. I didn't take into consideration the game was giving me the steepest learning curve. The game rewards you for aggressive play. If I rolled away, I was getting set on fire.
During my first Souls game, I was kind of like this too, where yeah, Rat Shaker. It's a game on Steam. I'll pull up and show you guys. Also, for the people that are tuning in on Twitch now, even if you're not members, I made it ad-free now. So there is that. Trailer. I'm trying to find a trailer for it. But it's this is Rat Shaker.
Introducing our new and improved Rat Shaker formula. Now with twice the rat shaking and double the staying power. Our expert team of certified professionals has been hard at work, crafting a burger to meet even the most highly standard.
But the game literally starts out with you shaking a rat. that's how it starts out. Rat Shaker meter.
Or hit with a
but
pitchfork.
this game right here is Bloodborne.
The damage that was done to me, I would get back by just getting stuck in. And the second I realized that you don't use your gun as a gun and it's a parrying method, I'm not going to lie, this became so satisfying.
When you're surging
I
pro,
didn't
yeah.
even care that every time you do this, your weapon completely disappears. The bad guy just got the fisting of a century. I would get so good at this opening area that I was just able to boot up the game.
Yeah. That's
run around
right.
for an hour and kill everybody.
Thank you for
and
that,
I would
Pat.
get to the bridge, and I knew if I crossed that bridge, I would be balls deep. So I just made up my excuses, and I would just turn the game off. Well, this wouldn't be much of a Bloodborne video if that game stayed off now, would it? So I was playing my usual Bloodborne, and I got to the bridge. But something was different. This time, I heard a voice. It may have been in my head, it may have been in the blood, but it told me to cross the
How's it going,
bridge.
people? Going pretty good.
Nasty.
I heard a cry come from the living room.
I crossed the
I
bridge!
thought that's nice. I mean, I've got no interest.
That reminds me of production style, reminds me of Naked Jakey. Yeah, he's been doing this for a while. Like, he's actually in the Discord. He's in Jay's Discord, and I think he might be in Rich's as well, but during this video, he was talking to me while he was making it. And he showed me like the first minute of this video, and it was so fucking good. I couldn't wait for it to come out. I know, he only has 200. 200, well, he almost just has 300 subscribers now.
Really glad he's playing through it. Good for him.
I'll post his channel in the chat right now.
And I felt obligated to do so. I'm a Bloodborne guy now. Of course I take every opportunity to talk about the atmosphere in Bloodborne. The game has atmosphere.
There you go.
I don't know, you don't need
posted
another
both
person on the
Twitch and
internet to
YouTube.
tell you that Bloodborne has atmosphere. There's countless videos out there covering it. I'm sure you know it, and I'm sure if you've clicked this video, you definitely know it. But what we are here to talk about is after 16 hours of playing Bloodborne, look at this. German sex dolls came to life. I can level up. I feel unstoppable.
I want to take the time to talk about the Blood Bros. So we had this neighbour, and he found out that Nasty was playing Bloodborne.
Somebody out there's playing Bloodborne.
So they ended up playing together. And every time they would kill something big or significant, I would hear,
Ready? Watch this.
Wow, Bloodborne. Oh, the Blood Brothers are at it, you!
I have a raging Bloodborne.
Oh my god, I just got a serious Bloodborne.
You ready for this? Bloodborne.
Oh, he thought he couldn't get away from this, but Bloodborne. Here,
Watch this.
watch this. You ready for this?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Oh,
Excuse me.
Oh, this is
Sorry
a way
about that.
We'll put ourselves
What?
on here.
If you don't mind, can I just... No, tell you what. Go you
2
ahead.
seconds.
We-
After you.
no.
yep, that was the thing.
I was having so much fun playing Bloodborne on my own and with my friend, but it's time to talk about something so terrible, so shit, the worst thing that's ever happened to me. We were at this torch, and this is me, frozen in time, in suspended animation, absolutely Han Soloed. Fuck!
What the fuck's going on? You just look frozen in the sky. What's happening?
Oh shit! Right, 2 seconds. Right, I'm gonna have to pull out of this.
Wait, what? What's going on?
Oh fuck, man! Hey.
Oh, what happened
I've
to
just
him?
tried to upload my save there now, and I have lost everything. I have to start a brand new, fresh game, and there's no cloud save.
I've never seen this happening before. What?
Oh
So I
shit.
guess that's the end of the Blood Brothers.
Fuck's sake. What am I going to do?
Well, you know what this means? We get to play Bloodborne again.
Yo, Blood Brothers! That is right. You thought your boy was going to tap out? No, I'm too far in, and I have to seek revenge on Bloodborne. How am I going to do that, you ask? By using one of the greatest exploits the game has to offer. Did you know that you can break Bloodborne really early? Come join me. Step 1. Start your game with Military Veteran. It's the strongest class and you're not here to fuck about. Step 1.1. Though it is optional, you should kill the Cleric Beast to power up the Sex Doll for some early game leveling up. Stay with
Power
me
up
here.
the Sex
Step 2.
Doll.
You have to kill Fargalscoin, but don't worry, you can cheese him. Step 3. Now make your way to the Bloodstarved Beast. Though it is optional, you should pick up the Fire Paper. Don't worry, you can sort of cheese him if you throw a pungent cocktail against the wall and then just get stuck in. Now go pick up the Thamuri Chalice. Stay with me here. This is a matter of life and death. Step 4. Okay, go back to the Hunter Stream, put the Chalice in the Gravestone and beat the first dungeon. Congratulations, you've just broken Bloodborne.
So I'm watching this for the first time here. He wanted me to watch this when it came out, but I was like, you know what? I'll wait till I have a stream like this so I can watch with everyone. And I made sure it was okay with him for me to watch it and stuff. But I'm actually really enjoying this.
Oh, what's this? You've done this in your game and you haven't broken?
Like he actually
Bloodborne?
makes
Stay with me
great
here.
content.
Okay. Do you know those guys that play Bloodborne and end up getting the Hunter's emblem tattooed to their arm? I don't actually have any tattoos, but if I had a tattoo, it would say CUMMMFPK. That's right. Come on, fuck. Picture this. If you've ever played Elden Ring and then you've ever got the Sleeping Dragon and you thought to yourself, oh, it would be great if I could do that again. Well, guess what? In Bloodborne, you can. So go back to the Hunter Stream, go to an empty gravestone. When you go to the glyphs, you type in the word come fuck. When you go into the dungeon, stare at this wall and collect at minimum 83,000 blood echoes. And you can do this infinitely.
I heard this god-awful scream coming from the living room.
Game is so broken, Miss Nasty, you have to play it.
I respectfully decline and say I didn't want to know. But best believe this isn't going to be the last time that I hear him say that I need to play this game.
So in less than 10 minutes, I went from 0 blood echoes to 2 million blood echoes, and my stats went from this to this. Nice. And the challenges do not end here. You can get a Super Bowl before you even have to step foot back in the world. There is countless
That's the one
videos
thing
out
about
there to find
Bloodborne
the
is
best
that they have that like dungeon system in the game
and
that's
how to
like
get them in the
like,
chalices,
like
and I
it's
went
like
for the Lost Chicago.
randomly
That
generated.
brings me to the weapons in this game. The game has weapons. There's not many, and they're all pretty solid, and you can get these blood gems which turns your little numbers into big numbers, and if you fuck about with them, you might have a better weapon.
Every time I passed, Nasty would be laughing to himself, telling me that he downed this boss or downed that boss. so proud of
Chalice
himself.
Dungeon, yeah,
I
it's a
would have
pain
to
in the
listen
ass.
to
Very
how
pain in the
amazing
ass.
the world is, the way that it twists and turns and takes you to new and unexpected places. And though that does sound interesting, I still don't want to play it. There is one thing though, now that he is flying through the game, I don't hear about the Blood Brothers.
Mustn't need me anymore.
One day I got home and...
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
You have to play Bloodborne.
Bridges are made to be crossed, and sometimes they look like this. And it's one way, and I do not want to get to the other side. This is one of those times I have been taken against my will, and I am here in the land of Bloodborne. I was told that I need to get to the Cleric Beast so that Nasty could join co-op. That way, he'll be able to guide me through. My first impressions of the world are of its gothic themes, and the skyboxes are all purple and Halloween orange. And I'm covered in blood from the people that I have slaughtered in self-defense. I don't just hate this game. I hate this game. I despise this game. The blood, the noises, the frame rate, and the shocking load times, the unnecessary difficulty. I can't even get close to the Cleric Beast because this guy jumps out from behind the lamppost, I die on these stairs, or I get caught in this crowd of guys.
So I think that like just parallels the problems
And
he
what
had.
the fuck is this guy with the axe? Nasty would tell me that this game is drenched in lore, but I'm fighting for survival here, and I'm in the least bit interested in trying to find it. This game terrifies me beyond belief. Since starting this channel, I have delved into horror games. I mean Resident Evil, but those games are scary, and I know what I'm in for. Bloodborne is so intense that every movement that I make, I'm on a knife's edge. I don't think that I can do this.
So what's happening here is Miss Nasty is trying to shove that initial 16 hours that I had in a very short period of time. I told her to forget about every enemy in sight and just leg it across the bridge.
God, I'm so fed up listening to him telling me to get over that bridge, saying this over and over and over again. I just ran avoiding enemies of werewolves, trolls, and crows. I'm in fight or flight mode and something is happening. I'm kind of doing okay. I'm ducking, I'm diving, I'm rolling, I'm getting a few little hits in. I think I could do this.
Then he died.
Skill issue.
Okay, I nearly had him, but I think I can still do this.
Finally, I can join her game in Bloodborne.
Let's reel things in here for a second. Let's talk about one of the hardest things to do in Bloodborne. It should be so simple. That's joining someone else's game. Step 1. Ring the little bell.
It's always hard to join multiplayer in Souls games.
Step
But it's
2.
kinda like the
Stand
charm
for
of
an
it,
ungodly
though.
amount of time and join absolutely no one. Step 3. Get bored, go back to the hunter stream. Step 4. Sit through an ungodly long loading screen. Step 5. In the hunter stream, go back to the same gravestone that started all of this to go back to the exact same place that you just were. Step 6. Another fucking load screen. Step 7. Go to settings, mess about with the online settings. Step 8. Extremely important. Think of a password that no one else would guess. Ironclad, solid, boom. Step, too many fucking steps to play a game co-op. Now go ring your little bell and you should be able to play a game. Now, finally, thank God. Having said that, having Nasty in a game made it way more enjoyable.
Babe, come over here, let's Bloodborne.
Take that, Bloodborne. I am Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
We get to Father Gascoigne. Was I
Bloodborne.
up for the challenge? Nope. I choose him. We get to the Bloodstaff Beast, and that's right, I wasn't up for the challenge, so I let Nasty do most of the work. This game just wasn't clicking for me, I think mostly because I was playing against my will. So, I stopped.
I thought I would surprise Miss Nasty and I would go on and beat the Chalice Dungeon for her. I even threw on the Lost Chicago for good measure. I'm a fucking swell guy.
After a week or so of Nasty begging me to go Bloodborne, saying that it was going to be easy, so fun, they had the surprise. I just entertained it. I went back in and he told me to go to this grave and type in, come fuck. Little did I know, I was about to become a boss bitch. So when he told me to jump in, I was like, hell yeah.
So hearing the missus say to me, yes, that she wanted to play Bloodborne, I got emotional. It was the happiest day of my life. And when we got back into that game, I watched her burning through enemies that were giving her trouble. So when we got to Victor Amelia, I said the most romantic thing that I could possibly say in that situation, and that was... Do you want to finish your off?
Watching the blood soak me and Nasty spinning around in the background, I knew that this is what a sense of accomplishment was, and I was in. Though I still don't want to play on my own.
Tammy, that's a nice day. Do you want to play some Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Hey, you playing Bloodborne? Should we play some Bloodborne with Soupy?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll play Bloodborne. Look at him go.
The video is really good. Like, he puts a lot of effort into his videos, and it takes a long time for him to make them. Like, I've seen these two, and I think I saw this one as well. I saw this one for 2, I think I saw. But I need to go back and watch all his videos, because they actually are really good. But, so... Well, oh yeah, what we're gonna do here. Oh yeah, watch later. So, one more thing before we go do onto this, I actually kind of want to hear what's going on with the Switch 2 key cards.
One of the biggest sticking points that I see online around the Switch 2 for people are those game
came out
key cards.
yesterday.
And there was a lot of mystery around those cards for a bit until we had a leak that came out from Arc System Works that shows there really aren't many options when it comes to some of these third-party companies.
They're only gonna have like oh, I hit my microphone. They were gonna have like the key card one and a 64GB one. That's really messed up that they're doing that.
To make money off their Switch 2 releases, as we have a 64GB cartridge and then just the small game key card. Well, we did get a response from Nintendo around their view of physical media going into this new generation.
Sure. Yeah, he really does.
And I do have to ask the question if offering the game key and now seeing it appear so much is something that will end up backfiring on Nintendo's plans, and actually if it's something that they may end up wanting in the long run, but we'll go over that here today. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. So I do want to point out that not everyone out there necessarily like hates game key cards. Some look at it as a way for Nintendo to at least try to navigate this situation of, look, these cartridges just in general are expensive. Games are getting larger. Let's come up with a way to sort of meet third parties somewhere in the middle while still retaining technical ownership of a cartridge that you can trade in, sell, or I guess trade back and forth with friends. While yes, you do have to download the entirety of the game and store it on your Switch 2 internal storage or a micro SD express card, which I think is the biggest drawback, actually, is the fact that you do still need maybe 50 or 60 gigabytes free on your Switch 2 to play these games, despite having the cartridge. It's still something that necessarily won't affect or annoy everyone. And if you're all digital, you probably don't really care about game key cards in general, although there is something that I think even if you're all digital, you should be paying attention to here. But first, let's take a look. This is posted up over on the Outer Haven. They're quoting IGN as they were talking with Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser.
A lot of people don't like Doug Bowser now.
About game key cards, because again, it's a hot button topic right now online, especially for collectors out there who come off of the Switch generation where, yes, there were games that had the blue banner, and you knew at that point either it was a code in the box, or it was a situation where you had the cartridge, but you have to download a large chunk
I'm on top
of
a muscly man.
So this isn't new. This is something that's much more widespread now already. This is what he had to say about the whole game key card thing. In the immediate future, physical games are still a key part of our business. And we value our relationships, in particular with our retailers, and want to make sure we have products available for them to sell to their consumers. When you look at game key cards, for us, our goal with Nintendo Switch 2, similar to what we were able to accomplish on Nintendo Switch, is to have the broadest and deepest library of content we possibly can. And that includes our publishing partners. And game key cards are a way that our publishing partners are able to bring more content onto the platform. Deeper and larger, more immersive content on the platform. So to start, Doug Bowser is mentioning that the library of games is larger essentially because of these game key cards.
Technically, ownership is not ownership. The key cards
to
only
bring over
elect.
games
Yep, you're
that
right.
just wouldn't make sense for them to bring
right.
over if there wasn't a way to store it on a cartridge that makes sense. And you kind of see the way that they're going here with 64 gigabyte cartridges being a last resort, almost it feels like, and game key cards being the more popular thing with third parties. Well, if game key cards weren't here,
it sucks that,
and who's to say if they...
To be honest, with the whole game key card thing, like, even though I buy most of my games digitally, it makes me not want to get a Switch, because when I had a Switch, I bought all my games physically. It's just like a license to play now. Yeah, you're completely right.
Even use 32 gig cards because we didn't see those used much at all with the current Switch generation for those 8 years. Most likely they just would not have brought the game over. So on one hand, yes, the game key card is enabling some of these third-party ports to exist at all. He also confirmed at this time that Nintendo is, for their own first-party releases physically, they will be using just the 64 gigabyte cartridge. So you won't have an issue where you buy a Nintendo first-party game and you have to do the game key card route.
But how long is that going to last, though? Like, you know, as soon as Nintendo can see they make more money, they're just going to be like, oh, we're just going to do that. But like in other regions and stuff, it all really depends if they're going to use their key card or anything. And to be honest, I think this kind of opens up the opportunity for, like, what's that one video game store in Canada to be like, hey, publishers, we'll print like more copies of your game if you let us do it on the Switch 2 cartridge that has 64 gigabytes. You know, and I think, to be honest, like, if they can drive a hard bargain with that, you know, they might be able to do it. Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead.
They control 8 to 9 spots usually. If there's no big third-party PlayStation release
games, it is give me 1 second here. It's like VGP. It's Video Game Plus is what it is. They actually print some stuff themselves as well now. Play exclusives, I think they're called. Yeah. This is the stuff that they'll go back and they'll reprint older games as well. And so, like, this is starting to be, like, really big now. They're starting to really grow a lot because of that. So, like, right here, look. Reprint of Ys. VGP reprint, now in stock. But yeah, like, they're doing this now, and, like,
they're
receiving a lot of success from it.
Okay, and those are all physical.
They're located in Canada, but they ship in US for free.
Fit in there for retailers to still have something to sell. This is, I think, a concern as we go more and more digital with a lot of these games and the sales. Is why would retailers necessarily carry your accessories, your systems, carve out an entire section in electronics or even elsewhere?
The kind of good thing about the key cards, though, is, like, they are technically, quote-unquote, digital games that you could trade in.
Big box store to just sell the system that doesn't make them any money. The idea is to sell software and other things that are higher margin than the console.
If it was an option to, like, let's say, for example, if the key cards were cheaper and they had to make the games $80, like, let's say, for example, the key card, let's say they make the key cards, I'm just going to say $60. And the other games that have the games on it is 70 to 80. I think people would pay more just to have the game on the cart. They'd be like, oh, okay, no one wants the digital only ones, we can just, like, phase them out. But, you know, but it would be nice to have that option for the people that want to have them downloaded. But the problem is that you have to put in the cart to play the game digitally, which, to be honest, kind of defeats the purpose of a digital-only game.
So it does make sense to at least keep good relations with any of these different retailers so you can still sell and have something that's more front-facing in big box stores at retail for a lot of the mainstream consumers. Otherwise, when it's all digital, I mean, it really would be like all digital to where even buying your system will be done most likely online. We'll see how GameStop holds up here with some of these game key cards, because my thought here, as we're going through this generation with the Switch 2...
That's one good thing for GameStop and EB Games is, like, you know, they're still going to have, like, the game industry isn't going to go all digital just yet. But a lot of the games are sold digitally.
Current situation when it comes to digital with sales. I mean, proportion of digital sales, you can see bounces around anywhere from 60% down to 43%, up to almost 63%. It is kind of fluctuating all over the place. And while Nintendo does separate out full game purchases, which they show there recently with this last fiscal quarter, that would have been the first 3 months of 2025, almost 36%. So they are still pretty reliant, I would say, because again, that's removing DLC or NSO stuff. That's pretty reliant still on physical media selling. And when I look at the game key cards, I do wonder so we kind of know what it is, but there will be situations, I'm sure, where people just out there in general buy it as a gift for themselves or without looking too deeply into how all of it necessarily works and what a game key card is. They'll find out when they pop it into their system. And depending on the situation, they will either be surprised and somewhat annoyed or shocked because, oh, wow, I bought this on the way out, maybe for a trip, and now I can't really play this until I find...
And then this brings up a really interesting problem. It's like, what if someone gives like their kid a game like during Christmas? And if you guys don't know, a lot of services go down during Christmas because everyone is getting on the servers because they got their new devices. So what's going to happen is, like, I saw someone's going to get like these games as a gift, and whenever they get on to play them, they can't download them because the servers are down. So that's one big issue I think the key cards are going to run into, is that, you know, during, like, you know, heavy traffic times, people are not going to be able to get on to even play or download the games.
Reliable internet that will allow me to download. I mean, who knows? Maybe like Street Fighter
have never been good.
To
Yep,
60
that is
gigabytes
true.
or something. That is a one-time download, of course. So unless you delete it, then you have to come back to it later on. Maybe you got to free up space. But that's something I thought about here. The idea of the cartridge physically was there was a convenience in you pop the cartridge in, and 9 times out of 10 it'll start up. Sure, it might ask you for a patch, but you could still start
on
the
YouTube
game
side, make sure to like. I know you don't push
here,
people
though,
to do that, but
you need the patch because the patch is the game. Okay, so if that's the case, how many people go, maybe I'll just buy it digitally next time? What's like, what am I doing with this here? Because I'm already downloading the game onto my system anyway.
So,
and while again,
I'm going to pause this for a second here
or selling is
I have to go into shill mode. So for everyone that just showed up, so the Twitch side of my streams now are ad free because all the support that everyone has been given. Thank you for the smooch booch. There are ad free now on Twitch. I made that decision because all the support I haven't been getting recently. So I posted in the Discord, we're doing monthly goals that's going to reset every 12th of every month. So we're at 15 subs now. Now at 20 subs, we're going to be playing a game called Rat Shaker. At 30 subs, we are going to be doing bananas. At 30 subs, we are going to be doing a bootleg game showcase. And at 50 is going to be another marathon stream.
A good thing just have.
So that's
mind.
everything that we're doing now.
That's necessarily not going to be a deciding factor for everyone, as
that's
some
like
just
our
hold on to their
goals.
games in general as they like
and
to
I
collect
like doing
and
monthly
say,
goals
build
and
up
not per stream goals because it gives a lot of time for us to hit them, you know.
stack of games on their bookshelf or something. So this is a number that is going to be very, very interesting to keep an eye on,
by the way,
as we go through even the first year of the Switch 2, because as we know now, I mean, nearly half of all Switch 2 games that have been shown are game key cards. And if you have either a 64 gigabyte
that's
cartridge
crazy
or
that most of these are like game key cards.
It's hard to imagine why a lot of these big publishers go, well, yeah, we want to spend more money on the distribution of this game.
I hear
especially
this
if it's a late port
Donkey
or something,
Kong game isn't
because
really
maybe they want to
good,
charge $50 for
what people are saying.
Well, the 64 gigabyte cartridge that, I mean, it's hard to say how much it is. Some have speculated on a number of like $14 to $16 for the cart itself. None of that makes sense.
Jeez,
30% to Nintendo. You still have some more logistics behind.
I don't think it would be like $15 for the key card.
The scenes for packaging,
a key card,
setting up the
$15
box
for the
art,
cart.
other parts there, and then $16 on top of that maybe for the cartridge. None of that really adds up from a business perspective. Perfect world.
But yeah, I just wanted to watch a bit of that, see what happened, what was going on with this, because this came out yesterday. I can actually remove this from my playlist now. Alright, so chat. We can watch E3 from 2006, 2008. I thought I had another one in here. I got 2006, 2008 for E3. Which one do you guys want me to put on? I believe these have the commercials and everything in it, so I feel like they skipped a step by 2008. 2008 was a really good year for video games. 2006, we're getting like multiple things. 2006, 2008. We'll see if someone else has like a tiebreaker, because we're gonna be watching these anyways. 2008 had a bunch of good games, but 2006 was whenever the consoles were first. That's like when the PS5 was 1995. 2008. Okay, we're gonna do 2008. It's really weird. Like,
I'm the guy that everybody wants to beat.
Want to know the secrets?
Yeah.
I remember like they used to do these sketches.
I want to know the secrets. I got 99 of those damn flags. I just need one more.
You should probably just get a strategy guide then.
Where? E3 is about to start. Come on.
Really? Strategy guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KP, come on.
Oh, I got googly eyes.
Don't call me that. All right?
What, to distract you from your year-old game?
It came out in November.
Yeah, it's old, like you.
You know that I'm like maybe 2 years older than you, right?
Yeah, whatever you say.
Adam! What are you doing?
Trying to get that pigeon.
Right, listen, buddy, we gotta go. They need us on set, so...
What is the secret?
I like they have them like in these worlds.
Shut up.
Like Adam was in GTA, and what's his name was in that.
Hey, it's PngTuber.
That's not good.
Hey guys. Hi. Who's that?
He's the new intern.
Touch me and you pull back a stump.
All right, let's focus. All right, they need us on set, and we lost our glowy portal door thing, so we gotta figure something out. Come on, let's come up with something.
There is another way out. You must bring me fresh baked pies.
Olivia? Why would GLaDOS want pies?
Fake show. She doesn't speak.
Because they're tasty.
Just get us out of here.
Yeah, nostalgia pills. I know,
You just
right?
throw the companion cube into the incinerator.
Yeah, we lost it.
Just throw something else in there.
Like what?
I'm gonna throw the new intern in.
Come on! No, get in there!
We have to start E3.
Kevin, where did you get that companion cube?
I got it in the other room.
They didn't have to kill him.
kill an intern for no reason?
Yeah, you did.
No, Morgan. We did it for E3.
I'm getting too old for this.
We are rock stars. We are heroes. We are the next generation of entertainment. But above all else, we are gamers.
We are gamers.
At first, they rejected us. Then they accepted us. And now, at last, they respect us. We are no longer pushed to the fringes of entertainment. We are now a force. We are unstoppable. We are
gamers. We are unstoppable, guys.
Once a year, we gather as the world's top game developers unveil their plans for the next wave of cultural domination. These doors are closed to everyone, and only G4 can take you inside live.
Remember
for the next 3
G4 was
days.
like one of the only places that would go inside E3, man. It was insane.
The pinnacle of gaming has returned to the Los Angeles Convention.
What was that?
For the next 3 days, the pinnacle of gaming has returned to the Los Angeles Convention Center. With thousands of new titles and billions of dollars at stake, G4 is the only network that can cover it all. This is where the next battle in the console war will be fought. G4 presents E3 08 Live.
Yeah. Presented by Wendy's. I declare you are the man now, dog.
And welcome to G4's E3 08 Live, presented by Wendy's. We have 3 days of exclusive coverage of really gaming's biggest event. I'm Kevin Pereira, and joining me is Olivia Munn.
I used to always tune in to watch these, like whenever they happened.
Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
That's right. E3 has always been an industry-only event, but as years went on, it seemed like really like
That stuff
anyone
always
could get in. I mean, all you needed to do
so yeah, that's where I
work
give them
at
the chicken and
Best
nuggets
Buy or
at.
GameStop.
Have a live
Yeah, you
journal
think
where you once
McDonald's
talked
will throw
about
them out?
playing
No, they just send them right
Or
out.
know someone whose girlfriend's roommate
No matter,
works
they're
at a
like
GameStop,
not
something
fit to
like
eat.
that.
They just will
But
send
now
up nuggets.
everything has changed.
Wendy's,
For
on
the
the other
second year
hand.
in a row, E3 is
tasty nuggets.
invitation only.
Ah, but that's where we come in.
Yes.
E4 is your one-of-a-kind VIP ticket to E308. We get you in the door and onto the floor. Our exclusive live coverage is the only way you'll get to experience the magic of E3.
Oh, now I'm getting Neo Geo games. Watch out for those, man.
In-depth interviews
Those take
with the
someone's
biggest
eye
names
out.
in
They're
gaming,
heavy.
hands-on demos of upcoming titles, and all the
that
surprise
was
announcements, trailers,
Motorstorm.
celebrities, predictions, and rumors that you can handle.
Coming up
behind
this
there?
hour, we've got 3 of the most anticipated games of E3.
Wasn't
First
Happy-
up,
yeah,
Cliff
Happy Tree
Bleszinski
Fans
is
was on
dropping
that.
by with the shooter
Yeah,
that
Gears
taught
of War
us the
2.
phrase, Meet Shield. Get ready for Gears of War 2.
Yeah.
Plus, we kick some Hellgas ass and get into the fight with
And
Killzone 2 for
2.
PlayStation 3.
Yeah. It's 2 solid games right there, guys.
Don't want to miss our hands-on demo.
Then we'll also get an inside look at the Lord of the Rings Conquest, and we'll speak to its director about the game's epic battles and the
those are
all-new
Neo Geo
storyline.
cards.
But it won't just be the 4 of us that are holding down this fort. We've got all the G4 Super Friends out on the show floor. They combine form of great gaming coverage. They're visiting the booths, they're harassing the developers, they're pocketing the swag, and they're really
Oh, look
covering
at
it
that
all
Codemasters
from
booth
every
behind
single
them.
direction. So let's get it started. Let's go to Allison Hayslip, who's already in the thick of it.
Thanks. I'm Allison Hayslip, and I am here on the floor checking out LucasArts' new game, Fracture, which I am so excited for. It comes out this fall.
Oh,
Chris,
whatever
what do you got?
happened to that? That was LucasArts that made
Thanks,
that?
Hayslip. Well, I'm here at the exclusive Midway Gaming Lounge. There's a lot of gaming going on that I want to get to,
Yellow
but I just
dress
want to tell you
girl,
that
so
in a little bit,
uncomfortable.
I'm going to talk to the awesome filth wizards behind This Is Vegas, a game that actually takes you inside Vegas. Why would you actually want to go there? So we're going to see that in a few
I don't think that game ever came out.
minutes, but first, let's shoot over to Zach Selwyn.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Now, in just a moment here, I'm going to be taking a look at Sony's highly anticipated spy MMO, The Agency. It looks insane. After that, I'm going to be taking it up in the G4 lounge.
That shirt looks magnificent on you, sir. I'm hanging out on the showroom floor. In a little bit, I'm going to take you guys inside MotorStorm Pacific Rift. But for now,
Oh yeah,
send it back to the
MotorStorm.
stage.
Pacific Rift.
Thank you, Blair. Now later on, we'll also be checking in with Flitz, our fan on the floor. But now, Resistance Fall of Man wasn't just PlayStation 3's best launch title, it was one of the most enjoyable shooters out there, period. Now, 2 years have passed, and we're getting an exclusive hands-on demo of the game's sequel, aptly titled Resistance 2.
Oh, Resistance 2.
Please welcome Insomniac's president and CEO, Ted Price, who is here to give us a guided tour.
Oh,
That's
he's
right.
the guy. Was he the guy who recently retired?
Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, now you have had some more time to
Yeah, I
push
think
the
he
hardware in
was.
Resistance 2. Like, how have you know, what advances have you made, and how are they going to affect the way Resistance 2 looks?
Well, this is the
Insomniac,
first
man, always dropped bangers.
title to be out. And
He was with the company for like 30 years, man. He was there a
we can
lot.
really push lighting, push textures, push effects, basically make the game faster and do more.
Okay, so what locations are we going to be seeing? I mean, are we going to recognize things that we've seen from the first game?
We're going to be in a brand new environment. We're back in the United States. The Chimera have launched this massive airborne attack,
Really,
and
Resistance
we're traveling across the country
Midnight
fighting
Resistance.
them off.
All right, let's talk about what we're seeing right now. This is a very small enemy that you're fighting right now.
This is a large enemy.
I haven't played through
300
Resistance 1 too much. I mean,
Leviathan,
Resistance 2.
Oh, is that all?
I played through Resistance 1 a bit.
He's been tearing apart Chicago, and what we're doing right now is trying to avoid getting our heads ripped off or smushed by him.
Okay,
And-
so how do we do that?
Well, we need to be very careful about where we're running, and because he's going to be ripping these buildings apart trying to get to us. Furthermore, we got to shoot him at the right time.
Okay, it really doesn't look like you can do anything to him.
Well, actually, you can. So we're going to, in fact, we did actually get here. He grabbed us a little bit earlier in the demo, and we had to time our shot right to hit him in a very vulnerable place. But now we're just trying to avoid getting dumped into the ocean that
That's an
Chicago
arcade
has really
game,
become.
Genesis 4. Oh, it's like Contra,
Resistance 2,
okay.
is it going to have a lot of boss battles? Is it going to be a series of boss battles, or is it going to be kind of a mixed bag?
Well, it'll be a mixed bag. We have a lot of
Going
great
from the
bosses in
PS2
game,
generation to this was nuts.
large bosses that definitely move
That
you away from
FOV
traditional
is-
run and gun footage.
makes me
But then again,
nauseous,
we also are
though, because
relying on our kind of
I'm
unique
not used to
weapons
low FOV
and
like
unique
that
enemies
anymore.
in the game to provide a lot of cool strategic combat.
All right, well, let's talk about the weapons for a second. They had great secondary functions as well as primary functions in the first game. I think that was a lot of fun for gamers to kind of think more strategically. Once you got the firing down, you could learn more about the weapons. So what kind of new weapons do you have in Resistance 2?
Well, one of the new weapons we're showing off here at E3 is a brand new Magnum. We didn't have any pistols in Resistance, but we wanted something that would really pack a good punch. But it's not just a Magnum. When you fire the bullets into enemies or into any
you can
object,
explode them.
they become detonatable. You can, it's not a word, I know.
No, it's a great word, and I think we need to enter it into the English language.
I like that. What I like doing, though, is laying out traps with the bullets. So if you have a big horde of enemies rushing towards you, you can fire 6 into the ground and then detonate them in sequence, and it's a lot of fun.
So what kind of enemies are we going to be looking at? Are they going to be the same enemies that we've seen in Resistance 1?
Well, you'll see some updated versions of enemies from Resistance 1, like the hybrids and the steelheads. But we're introducing a lot of new enemies as well, such as the Leviathan we just saw, and a lot of other ones that we haven't quite unveiled. But there'll be plenty of variety.
I mean, was it hard to get the hardware to make an enemy of that scale living in the world, or is it harder to get hundreds of enemies on the screen at once?
Well, in terms of just scale, that was one of our goals for the game. We really wanted to create enemies that were huge, environments that were expansive, and stuff that you just don't see in other games. And that was because we were able to do that because of the new technology we've been developing for PlayStation 3.
exclusive.
All right, let's talk a little bit about co-op, because of course that was a very popular use for the first Resistance. What kind of modes are you going to have available?
Well, the online co-op mode is a story-driven mode. It has a light story that drives you through the campaign, and during co-op you get to
And that's sad that like you can't really do the co-op anymore because they shut down the
between
servers.
3 different types of players.
I think they're bringing them back like fans are, but like it's yeah, it really sucks.
Long-distance damage dealer.
The
All 3 of
multiplayer
these
was always
classes
like
work together to support each other. in a
multiplayer with
huge
Resistance 2 was like 64 players back in the day.
And what kind of party options are we going to have?
Well, you'll be able to form parties, bring them into the games, multiplayer online, multiplayer co-op as well, and basically stick around with your friends.
Yeah.
We're also doing a lot of work with our community features to enhance it with the kind of mainstream social networking that you'll see on regular websites.
Yeah, they're definitely converging to the online social networks and the gaming social networks. What are we taking a look at right here?
What we're seeing right here is another part of Chicago. This is where you begin, and you're fighting against a horde of what we're calling Grims, one of our new enemies. These are former inhabitants of Chicago who've been turned to do something a little bit different. And
so they're basically just
as you can see,
zombies.
there are a lot of them.
something a little bit different.
A lot different. Yeah, a lot different. You don't want to get narrow. But this demonstrates kind of the overall detail and the new lighting tweaks that we made to the game, and just the amount of sheer stuff that we can get on screen.
So are you going more for a run and gun feel, or are you trying to sort of mimic the feel of Resistance 2 and the pace, mimic the pacing of Resistance 1?
It varies, actually.
Okay.
There are some segments where you're facing off against a lot of
I
enemies, and then there are other segments of the game where you have to be careful and use the correct weapon strategy to get through.
Plus, they were only on
One of the great things about the
PlayStation.
enemy
Like, these are PlayStation
having
exclusives.
Chimera versus humans
So, like,
is that we can do anything we want with Chimera.
I think Left 4 Dead, though, that
we
was
can
an
really
Xbox
mix it up a
exclusive.
lot to surprise players and challenge
Valve
them to think
really,
a little bit harder about which
they
weapons to use.
hated
Was there anything you weren't
the
particularly happy
PlayStation's
with in Resistance that you were
architecture,
able
so
to
they
address
kind of
in
like
Resistance 2?
boycotted it for a bit
They're like, no,
until
it's
Portal 2
perfect.
came out.
No, I'm kidding. We listened to the fans. A lot of people made some fantastic comments about what they'd like to see in the next game, and we're addressing them in the game.
Great, well, we can't wait to see it. And when are we going to see it on store shelves?
This fall.
Okay, this fall. Now, thank you so much for joining us and showing us Resistance 2. It was a real treat for us. Let's send it back over to Kevin.
Thanks, Morgan. Now, global warming leads to global warfare in the new shooter Fracture,
I see you,
which was developed by LucasArts, and Allison is on the floor with more on the environmental conflict.
Thanks.
Wrenches
Allison Hayes
and
here with
hammers.
Deep Waters, who's going to tell us about one of the games I'm most stoked for, LucasArts Fracture. All right, tell me about the game.
Fracture takes place 150 years in the future. You play the role as Jet Brody, who is kind of in the middle of this civil war between the biogenetic side and the cybernetic side, the Pacificans versus the Alliance.
This game was a big flop, I think.
What sets you apart as a soldier, though, is that you have this augmentation called the Entrencher, and it allows you to raise and lower the ground anywhere around you. You can use that to your advantage.
Her name is Alice, too? Yeah, I think so.
Anywhere in the game.
Talk to me more about these weapons, because that is what I think is the coolest part about this game, that you're actually manipulating the earth around you.
Sure. A lot of our weapons, all of our weapons, in fact, allow you to use the ground, in different ways. But one of the favorite weapons that we have is called the torpedo weapon. It allows you to shoot a torpedo missile into the ground. It will go across the ground, raise a mound, and it will explode under enemies on the other side. So you can do interesting things like stand behind a mound, you can hide, shoot a torpedo.
My
and
soundboard's
blow up enemies
delayed
on the
right
other
now.
side.
Well, now how does the cybernetics and genetics thing
You
affect
disappear
the game?
immediately, and
One of the
that's
cool
what you
things that
do?
we've done is we've added augmentations to the characters. So as you play through,
This
your
is like- this is
cybernetic augmentation
2008.
will allow you to do really cool, interesting things like
This is 2008
jump really
E3
high,
we're
using the
watching.
ground to throw you up in the air, or also
G4
you can
reporting.
use a stomp that will really kill everything around you.
Sweet! Thanks, Steve. Back to you.
Thanks, Allison. All right, you could raise and lower the
This game is
ground and do
mind-blowing,
super
yeah.
jumps and blow everything away. That's one way
I think
to
it was
save the
kind of like a
environment, or
flop, though. Oh,
we could all just
kind of
grab a
stopped watching
Prius.
G4 around 2008, 2009, yeah.
I'd say let's blow everything up. Right now, let's send it over to Olivia and Adam.
Can you see Kevin driving a Prius?
Actually, I can. He's driving it very slowly.
Yeah.
Just like
Like a grandma. No, he drives a
There it
Subaru
is.
and he's very proud of it. You guys don't go anywhere
Allison, not
because
Alice,
E3
damn.
Live is coming
Seems
right
like
back
they
with more of the
riled
games
too
you've been
much
waiting
in
for
it,
after
and
the
this
break.
gimmick, yeah.
We'll get some FaceTime with
Lied too much on the
the one
gimmicks.
and only Cliff Blazinski.
Yes, he'll be here showing up his latest game. You might have heard of this one. Gears of War 2.
Oh, yeah.
Clippy B.
Yeah, that one. Plus, we'll be checking in with our grunts on the floor.
And don't forget, you can get up to the second E3 08 News exclusive videos, screenshots, and more at g4t.com/E3. We'll have lots
we get
more
the
right after
commercials?
this. Don't go anywhere.
Do we get the commercials?
E308 Live is brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food.
I think we do.
It's Wendy's.
I first saw this one when I was traveling to
Yes.
Prague.
Get the the caveman commercials.
Geico probably thinks this is easy too. Dancing is good exercise. It works my glutes. Okay, America, I'll show you easy.
We really balance each other
Oh,
well.
the
balance
harmony.
is ridiculous. Yeah, because like he motivates me to get going,
Cave
do
Story
things.
2.
When he, starts to get a little type A, I'll bring him down.
Cave
a little
Story
bit.
is great.
Lee has a powerful.
I still need to get
drive
around to
within him.
playing it though, but I know it's a really great game.
She'll tell me, Lee, relax.
This was like the age of the gimmicks were awesome. Yeah, it really
difference
was.
between us is what makes us so great together.
See how it feels to be matched based on compatibility. Log on and review
You
your
know how
matches
like
for
we
free.
all complain about
eHarmony.com.
ads now, and now how like we're all nostalgic towards like old ads. It's great.
Not doing what you want to do in life? There's a better way.
Do what you love to do for a living. At the Golf Academy Schools, we're dedicated to preparing you for a successful career in the golfing industry. SDGA is an accredited golf career school that shares your love for golf.
Ah, yes, gamers,
Call 1-866-588-SDGA now to get started on your path to a career in golf at one of our desirable campus locations. So quit just thinking about it and get out there.
7 out of 10 Americans have credit card debt. Like this single mom who couldn't make ends meet and fell behind on her payments. Or this couple who considered bankruptcy because of their debt.
I have bad news for you, buddy. It's 2008, so...
Call American Debt Specialist now, and you can reduce or eliminate your debt fast for good.
I'm going to the Golf Academy.
One monthly payment that fits your budget. It's simple, legal, and proven.
It was amazing.
I'm glad I made the call.
Call 800-834-7766 now.
The debt commercials are like really bad now because like, especially because this is 2008. I think the financial crisis is just a few months away at that point.
Honey, what's all this?
Insurance.
Progressive motorcycle insurance.
Yeah.
RV insurance? Boat insurance.
It's amazing how Flo is still doing this job.
Actually, I do. We do. We do.
It only got to be better, right? It's only got better now, right? Yep.
Let's bag these up. Saving you money so you can buy more toys. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
There's one show out there that keeps coming up.
Oh yeah, this show is Lost Media.
It's good, unclean fun.
Eat it!
The greatest gag reflex competition ever mounted.
Don't puke, brother! Don't puke, eat more!
It's gastronomic molestation. It will bring about the
molestation. Okay.
imminent destruction of the human race. Reality TV that's turning heads and stomachs. Pearl. All new Sunday at 7. Only on G4.
That show is Lost Media, by the way. E3 viewer mail. Jesus.
Gears 2 decided to go with 5 versus 5 multiplayer rather than allowing more players in each room.
I
think I'm gonna be violently ill, yeah. That was an actual show that was on fucking TV.
Group, not exactly run and gun. I think 5 makes it a little more manageable, you know, that kind of thing. But you know what? We fortunately have Cliff Blazinski over there.
Yes, everyone's so excited about that.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look at Gears of War 2,
He's
so
like
we can ask him ourselves. And he is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to G4's exclusive coverage of E308 Live. This is the only place you're going to find all the latest news, interviews, and hands-on demos of the biggest and the best games.
She's right, you know. Forget live vlogs. That is so 2003. Get comfortable in front of your TV, and we will take care of the rest. But how about now we go over to Adam for the latest on chainsaws and meat shields.
All right, our next guest is living the dream. A longtime
shields.
gamer, he's worked his way from fanboy to E3 legend. Cliff Blazinski is here with the sequel that everyone wants to play.
Cliffy B.
Game designer Cliff Blazinski has come a long way from his early Jazz Jackrabbit days. His groundbreaking work on hardcore shooters like the Unreal series, Gears of War, and its upcoming sequel.
The Unreal games. Why did they have to remove them? Olivia left the show, I think, maybe 2010. Yeah, I think so.
It's made him a superstar in the gaming community. Carrying around a gun with a chainsaw attached will do that. With his unique and creative approach to game design and ability to push the envelope even further, Cliff Blazinski has come into his own as one of the true giants of gaming.
All right, Cliff. Yes, clap for Cliff. Clap for Cliff. Clap for Cliff.
I only had to remember Cliffy B from Something Awful forums. He was on there.
Before we get into your demo as a single player, I want to talk about another aspect of the game that's a little tougher to actually demo on a stage, and that's the multiplayer.
Hell yeah, man.
So let's just first do the co-op. I know there's some people out there that said, okay, maybe it's going to be 4-player co-op, but it's 2 players, and there's a very good reason why. I would love for you to sort of get that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main story is still about Marcus and Dom,
was that his name
we're
on
big
there?
fans of co-op. We love it, but we wanted to stick with 2 players in the campaign. I mean, if you've ever played like a 4-player campaign that has an intricate story, often like player 3 will get ahead of the other players. You'll start triggering cutscenes, and the more players you get involved,
Gears
the more
did
the
go
story
in the
can tend to degrade.
direction
So
after
we sat down
this.
and we're like, okay, let's keep it Marcus and Dom, and then what can we do outside of that? We came up with this great mode called Horde, and it's basically up to 5-player co-op.
Horde actually blew up. Like Horde was kind of like the big thing that a lot of games started doing after this. It was kind of like the trend for a bit. Lotax was the owner. Oh, okay. Of Something Awful, yeah.
And it's like, I like to pitch it as like Smash TV meets Geometry Wars. So it's like wave after wave of locusts coming after you. Everybody's backs up against the wall. Hell's breaking loose, and it's a heck of a lot of fun.
Sorry,
yes,
I misread that.
Say it is. Okay, with that, I think we're going to get into the single-player demo and see real time as we did yesterday. Years before.
Yeah, so this is a section from the campaign. Marcus and Dom are traversing a sinkhole. It's very precarious. There's nasty locusts all throughout, and there's a little bit of surprise at the end, and it's a lot of fun. Let me fire it up.
So what are the circumstances that
Booch! Two Sniper got a membership.
Well, the thing is this is like 3/4 of the way through the game,
also,
and we've kept it incredibly vague as far as where they're going and what they're doing. But this is right near Jacinto, which is humanity's last safe location. You can see this beautiful vista right here, and we kind of there the cranes fall.
This is actually right at the end of the game. Like, I just played through this like not even like I played through this not even like a year or two ago. And this means like they had most of the game already done.
Down right there. In the main campaign, Marcus takes control of the other crane and will actually drive Dom across to the other side. Get a little vertigo moment going on right here.
When we're looking at a draw distance like that in Gears of War 2, how much different is that from Gears of War 1? That is amazing.
I mean, a lot of people, their memory of the first Gears is gray pillars and a lot of claustrophobic
so at 16 subs,
really wanted to bust it wide open this time around and really just let players have a far better view of the scenario.
And see,
like, get a better idea of Sarah and kind of what the planet's all about, right?
While we're doing this,
color there. It's still in the right tone,
I'm gonna pull it up and look.
I mean, we wanted to really have a little bit more come through, right? I mean, that whole desaturated thing, I mean, it's getting a little bit played out, and so, you know, color's not necessarily that bad of a thing. Let it, you know, the reds bleed through a little bit, let everything just kind of play out, right? Oh, here's the Mauler. This is basically a boomer with a shield, and he has an explosive flail. And you notice Dom's trying to unload on him right now. Very unsuccessfully with the shield coming at us. And if I can actually finish him off,
I'm still number 2 on the simple commissions list.
Cover.
And that is a new aspect of the game. And
oh yeah, and you can use that in multiplayer as well. Oh, he's going to charge.
The fact he's actually playing the game, I missed that. Yeah.
Now I'm going to grab that shield, pick it up. A Reaver just landed. Reavers are those kind of flying squid-like creatures, right?
We saw them at the end of the first one, but you never really interacted with them.
Yeah, you killed a bunch of them, but this time they actually land. I'm going to plant the shield into the ground right here. Protects me against the rockets. Open up my Hammer of Dawn to blow this guy into itty-bitty bits. Boom, there we go.
Can you only use the Hammer of Dawn against those? Or
you can use the Hammer of Dawn against everybody. You can use it against your friends, you can use it against your enemies, you can use it against your neighbor.
Can you use other weaponry to take out that enemy?
Against your neighbor?
Yeah, you can basically just, you know, whittle them down with the various bullet-based weapons, right? Knock this guy out. Let me curb stomp this guy, the curb stomp. Oh, of course, is back.
God,
you gotta let's give it up for the boot to the head, people. Yeah. It's always a crowd pleaser. See, don't
it always is.
Unless you're doing it in a game.
Or unless you're backyard wrestling.
Yep.
That's true.
These are tickers. These are new enemies. And these are kind of like these improvised explosive devices. If I hit them,
I like how you can just like smack them away.
And this is our damage other enemy. Oh, absolutely. This is our Scorch drone. He's got a little explosive backpack, which I just shot, and he's going to pop now. Here comes another ticker. Melee that guy. Blow this guy up. I'm on fire today.
I'm so excited to play Gears of War 1 when it comes out. I want to play the Gears 2 again already, and I just beat it like a year ago.
In front of me, I don't recall.
Finish this guy off here. See if I can pick him up. Stomp him again, that'll work. So now I'm going to grab the Scorcher, which is our Gears flamethrower.
Okay.
And this is a nasty little weapon where you shoot people in the multiplayer, you'll hear them actually screaming, which is always incredibly fun. If I active reload this perfectly, the shot will go further.
I didn't know that. Holy shit.
Move through here.
I didn't know if you reload it perfectly, the shot would go further.
More tickers. Little buggers. Go ahead and move on in this building here. And you might have seen the grapple drones in our earlier demos. They use the grappling hooks to kind of climb up. You can actually shoot the hooks and make the guy fall. There we go. Ooh, I'm getting totally hosed
now, the weapon you're using, while it was in the original Gears, it has been a little bit modified for this one.
Well, the weapon that we had right there was the Gorgon. That was the Locust burst pistol, essentially. And that's essentially kind of a RoboCop pistol, right? Where you can kind of take somebody hostage. Oh, the building's collapsing now. I'm going down.
It's amazing. It's the second RoboCop reference in 2 days.
You know, it's one of the greatest sci-fi films of all time, right?
I'll buy that for $1.
And very good. I like that. Now the building's collapsed. I'm going to traverse to the next area. It's kind of hard to talk and demo at the same time because there's so much stuff going on in the game. We wanted to pack it with water cooler moments.
This is
the Locust Priest. He's a Cantus.
This is such a great mission to showcase this on. And this is like right at the end of the game-ish, and they didn't really give away too much story when it comes to it.
Sounds good. Now we got guys climbing up. Let me throw a grenade over there, blow them up.
I miss Epic Games, like,
Go to the Hammer of Dawn.
when they weren't like making Fortnite and stuff.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, he fell off.
I died. All right.
I gave it the college try.
Hey, nonetheless.
Hey, he was talking and demoing the game. He was really good at it.
You still went further than I can usually do without, you know.
Did you actually beat it on Insane, though? That's what I want to know.
Kevin did.
Yeah. Kevin's hardcore like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely give credit
I think
to Kevin over there.
2015 was sad and disappointing.
How many more new enemies are we going to see in this? Just in the short demo
trying to remember
right
which
now,
one that
I think I can
was.
name 5 things that we didn't see in the original Gears.
Well, we have boomers with all sorts of new armor right now. They have new weaponry. There's a boomer that wields the Gatling gun, which is the mulcher, which you might have seen in the stage demo, which is named appropriately because it basically turns your enemies into itty bitty, pulpy bits, right? We have the shield one that you saw. We have Reaver's Landing. All sorts of new boss monsters. We got the Tickers, Scorch drones. I mean, there's just piles and piles. It's in Gears 1, it was kind of like you'd be fighting 3 or 4 locusts at a time. Now we have scenes where there's crowds coming at you, so it's not just like the Locust entourage, it's more like the Locust horde, right? There's like masses of them coming, and it feels really, really epic, and it feels really, really tremendous.
Epic is a fitting word, both given, the fact of, you
This song was like 2 years ago. Was like 2 years ago, and I can't convince me otherwise.
Thank you so much for coming by. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this game. Really looking forward to it. And stomping our foes right there in the curve. Let's take it back over to Olivia and Kevin.
All right, actually, I want to take a second to just applaud Kevin Pereira, that accomplishment.
What, the itty-bitty pulpy bit?
Yeah.
Oh, the beating on Insane. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I would have
Just
not been able to pull off that hammer kill
Just a second for you.
Thank you,
Feel
Olivia.
good,
No,
right?
I like it. And let's continue.
All right, guys, it's time to hear what you think on our latest X poll. One of the biggest questions on everyone's mind is, what's the best new addition to Gears 2? Is it chainsaw dueling, meat shields, or new executions?
Ooh, good options. Tell us what you think at g4tv.com/E3 or text E3 to G4TXT. That's 44898 on your mobile phone. That'll let you vote. And of course, we'll have the results a little bit later in the show.
Now,
I wonder what the results are going to be. I'm going to say chainsaw
We've seen
dueling
it
is going
all
to win
and
it.
done some things we actually won't admit to. This year, we're changing things up by adding a new G4 correspondent to the mix.
Yes, bringing you the fan perspective
Yes.
on everything that's going down.
And he's a fan.
We've enlisted one of our viewers. Yes, here's Flitz with a floor report.
Hey guys, it's Flitz here at E3. I bet you're wondering, what's Flitz doing at E3? Well, it just so happens by the graces of G4, I am the only normie on the floor. That rhymed. Yes, I'm not an MC, but I am excited to be here. I got Fable 2 to my right.
Oh, Fable 2.
Capcom's playing Dark Void off in the distance. We got Konami, we got Square Enix. But my goal is, and I'm gonna need your energy for this, I need to find Street Fighter 4. I wanna play as a 2D, 3D, cel-shaded Ryu. I'm excited. So what I need your energy because I'm going to be here all day. I'm going to do my best to visit every single booth in this building. So you pass me your energy, you pass it to me, and then I'll create a spirit bomb. But I'm not going to blow up an evil villain or a planet. I'm going to use that energy, and I'm going to explore the floor. This is me exploring.
I like this guy's energy.
Sit back and enjoy. Well,
oh no, just the nostalgia of 7th Gen had a vibe. Yeah, it really did.
And I want to convey
even
my
though some of the games were all like one color, 7th Gen always had that vibe.
Yes.
Thank you for following Baxter Rabbit.
I was like, does he need our... You know what? Let me have my own energy, Flitz.
Yeah.
Way too much.
He's got it covered.
I like it. Just a little bit more time with us, and we will break him down.
Oh yeah. He will be crying and lamenting and hating the biz.
But I love how excited he is because that's what it's like. It's invitation only, but we were able to sneak in a fan.
Yeah. So thank you, Flitz, for doing that. Thanks for your energy. We appreciate it.
Yes.
We're gonna coast on it from here on out.
We're gonna need yours.
Yes, Flitz will be back with more floor reports later on. So thanks for that.
So you guys, it's time for a quick break. So don't go anywhere. When E308 Live returns, we're going hands-on with the PlayStation 3's other long-awaited shooter,
Killzone 2 and Prince of Persia.
And later we get a closer look at the flashy reboot of Prince of Persia. It's got a new Prince, a revamped art style, and the Assassin's Creed engine. So we're in. It's all coming up next. Don't miss it, everybody.
All right, we're gonna take a small break from this. So I have some old magazines up here, and I went on Internet Archive and I found them. Got some PC Zone. Since we just did Splinter Cell, let's take a look at this world exclusive Splinter Cell let me get back. World exclusive. Burnout 3, Conquer Reloaded, Doom 3, Fable, Half-Life 2, Jade Empire, KOTOR. Satoru died and was very disappointed in the world premiere of 2020. Oh, okay, I see why. Hollywood new Halo 2 playtest. Jesus. Newsflash, EA joins Xbox Live. Their lives are in your hands. Full Spectrum Warrior by Pandemic. Ah, Thief Deadly Shadows represent. Starstruck. There was a few things that you can say prepare for where we'll learn about yourself though. It's a couple of weeks ago. George Takaki showed up from Oxen Towers, and I was like literally lost and name clear. Okay. That's about them meeting someone. Breakdown on the disc. Jesus, I forgot I had that on there. Ow. Thank you so much. I forgot I had the scug. That's the scug. Everyone just got a fucking heart attack. Thank you so much for the 90 bits. Coming soon. Amp 2. Rainbow Six 3. Coming news. Exclusives. Playboy the Mansion. Colin McRae Rally 2005. Oh, there's a Black Arrow. Outrun 2. Was this renamed to like 2006? Incoming. Xbox takes market lead. Oh shit! Don't lie, Xbox has been outselling the competition. That, to be honest, that didn't age too well. Not gonna lie. Oh, sorry, I actually opened up something. It only outsold them for a little tiny bit of time, but before like they became like the best best-selling thing of all time. A new age RPG. Spider-Man 2 the game. My eardrum just popped with that loud sound. Team-based racing revealed. Crash and Burn. Worms Live. I'm seeing if there's like anything interesting to read. Oh, there's Amped and Project Gotham. Oh, I need to take a drink. Ireland 2 on the original Xbox X was 2006 Coast to Coast. Oh, okay. Alright. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Media. WrestleMania! Huh? What about WrestleMania? A monstrous 3-disc set. It's 3-disc set. The collective captures the sexual of the 20th annual WrestleMania competition in it's all sweaty majestically. Oh, there's Neo Geo games. That's the one that had Lesnar versus Goldberg. I don't know if that's the one where he almost broke his neck though. Oh, there's anime. It's Shrek 2. Shrek 2! It seems like yesterday that Pixar was the only one set in the animation film seen absence ablaze with their desk lights jumping about. Now every new CG animated film has to try harder to come up with it's going harder to come with gee whiz effects and godsmacks the punders. Shrek wowed audiences with an incredible rendering of swamp goop and ogre flatulence, backed up by pop culture references and description of Mother Goose collected fuck, I cannot read today. And now they're be treating with a whole new generation and people throw bananas at me with Shrek. His buxom bride facing imaginary image obsessed the prejudices of an image-based society. And did someone give me a head pat? Yeah. Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy return. Memories and Gene Shift. 15 plus. This is an Australia magazine, if you guys cannot tell. Snoop Dogg, the Shizzolator, get your ass to Mars. Well, hold on. Is that, hold on, was that You're the Man Dog stuff? Hold on, they just actually just fucking had websites in here. Right there. GetYourAssToMars.com. We're gonna zoom in on this. Cahoon last month, of course he did. Get Your Ass to Mars, latest film, morbidly cleflace romp comes to life on your desktop. A little Spanish flea, not get off my plane. Meet Wad at thewhatnow.net or classy bling bling stylings of nobody in the club getting tipsy. This thought is a way to kill your brain cells. Oh, here's some Photoshop stuff. Stopping Belmont. Robo Chief. Well, go to that site. You know what? You know what, chat? We're gonna go to it, but I'm gonna do it off screen, okay? Just to make sure that there isn't porn on the screen. Alright? You guys can't see. Oh my god, it's still up! It's still up! Oh my god. Hold on. Did you enjoy the link to hold on, what's this though? Well, I'm actually gonna test out all these links before I pull them over here. But hold on. Okay, that one does not work. But Get Your Ass to Mars still does. GetOffMyPlane.com. We'll try that one. That one doesn't work. Get Your Ass to Mars still works. Oh, hold on. What's Nerd Buddy Club getting tipsy? Holy shit. I can't believe that website still fucking worked. Total Recall was a pretty good movie. Yeah, it was. Oh man, I can't believe that worked. The Hot Topic, Raiders Wanted. Readers Most Wanted, I mean. Xbox game releases. What was coming out around this time? Thief Deadly Shadows. Oh, this is the whole entire schedule. Sound of Thunder. Ah, yeah, there's Riddick. The dark can't protect you. Best looking Xbox game was seen of all time. Ladders. We have to look at more of these. Like, especially, we need to look and see if there's like more links that we can click on. Ghost Recon 2. Exclusive access. $12 issues for $124.95. And you get a free headset. Hell yeah. That's Australian, by the way. So it's going to be a little bit higher. Oh, there's Area 51. I'm going to zoom back out a little time. Halo 2. Doom 3. Is this a review? The Shooting Gallery. Oh, this is from E3 2004. Half-Life 2. Yeah, Splinter Cell 3. That's what we're looking for. Oh my god, look how much depth this goes into. I actually went back to the beginning. Whoops. We just right there. Right here. Splinter Cell 3. Hell yeah. Not more than 3 months ago, Xbox gamers around the world celebrated Sam Fisher took his stealthy world of the elite counterterrorism to the online world of Xbox Live. Hold on, we have to zoom in and look at that real quick. Sam Fisher alone in his insightful of his level of I cannot speak improvement that can see in Splinter Cell 3. This is like when it was just still known as Splinter Cell 3 though. It's although he looks undergone some facial reconstruction. Observe how much well-defined Sam's cheekbones are in the character model, with textures, lighting, and facial hair in place. He looks more realistic than ever. I know the game did have amazing textures. There's Cameo. This is like when it was the original Xbox game. Prince of Persia 2. Destroy All Humans. Red Ninja. Jade Empire. Burnout 3. I wonder what reviews they have in this. 100 Bullets. That's another game I don't think came out. 25 to Life, I know that did. The Punisher. Oh man, The Punisher when it was uncensored. Backyard Wrestling 2. Herb Sims in the City. Mortal Kombat Deception. There's the Playboy game. I don't think you can play that on stream on here. Strikeout Battle Streets? I never heard of that before. It probably never came out. Oh, these are reviews, okay? The reviews. Chronicles of Riddick. I want to see what they gave Chronicles of Riddick. A 9.1 out of 10. Oh, I'd even have his facial scan there. That's so cool. X-Men Legends, that would have been a really good Diablo clone. Yeah, it would have been. Breakdown. A 7.8 out of 10. Oh, what is this like, I never saw this game before. It looks really weird. You may have to check it out. Well, I'm just going to take a screenshot of this real quick. So we can actually look it up, and I can maybe check it out one of these times. Thief Deadly Shadows, hell yeah. Now, with the mods for this, it makes the game a lot better on PC, but like when it came out, this is the black sheep of the Thief series. So, an 8.6 out of 10. That's respectable. I can see that. Exclusive offer: 2,000 free playable demos. Transformers. Be one of 2,000 new members to register at atari.com.au and receive an exclusive Transformers PS2 demo. I need to take a drink. Oh, man. Onotopia, 5.8 out of 10. Star Trek, 7 out of 10. Van Helsing, 7 out of 10. This is actually a pretty decent game, though. 7 out of 10 is respectable. On sale now, Microsoft Windows XP. Oh, a guide for Windows XP. Over 5 gigabytes of software. Oh, they actually have, hold on, this is all their old reviews that they have on here? The Suffering, Tom Clancy's, Pro Skater 4, this is all their old reviews. That's cool. Next month, Prince of Persia 2. On the demo DVD, ooh. These are, remember when like these magazines would come with like DVDs like that you could put in your console? Ninja Gaiden, Van Helsing, Crimson Skies, Xbox Live content, and more. The official Australian Xbox magazine. And Star Trek Voyager on the back. This was a fun one to go through. I actually really did enjoy this. Yeah. That was this one. DVDs, what was on the demo disc? Hold on. Let's zoom in real quick. Breakdown, Shadow Ops, Half-Life 2 demo on the disc. Man, they should have included that. The frame rate's probably like, yeah, official PlayStation magazine for PS2 has demos. I have a bunch of those. Oh, that's actually really cool. All right, so we're gonna get back to E3 now. We're gonna watch the commercials. Then in a bit we'll go back and watch some.
E308 Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero,
pretty fun.
real Coke taste and 0 calories, and by ITT Technical Institute, providing you a place to prepare for your digital future.
Why are you guys drinking Coke Zero?
Oh my god, is that a talking elbow?
We're not.
The elbow,
We're drinking
talking
Coke,
elbow.
But it says Coke
Fucking
Zero
eyeball.
on the bottle.
Well, they must have messed up then and put Coke in the wrong bottle.
I don't see what you...
Okay, eyeball. Why don't you try it for us? Oh, I forgot you can't. You don't have a mouth.
No mouth.
Well, while we're busy drinking Coke, why don't you go stand in front of a hairdryer or something?
Yeah, a hairdryer. What?
Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
A J.G. Wentworth success story. Felicia and the annuity.
Wentworth.
A few years ago, I inherited an annuity from my grandfather.
I never
receiving
seen that ad
payments
either.
from his insurance company. Then everything seemed to happen at once.
Felicia's employer moved to another state, and she was left unemployed.
Your money starts to go pretty fast when there's no cash coming in.
877 cash
Wentworth
now.
knows
Dude, it's only a
that
matter
a
of
big
time before
change
we
in
see
life
those on here.
circumstances can change how you look at your annuity.
I heard about J.G. Wentworth through TV ads.
If you have an annuity that is no longer serving your needs and you need cash now, call J.G. Wentworth. You'll get a free appraisal.
Oh, this
and
is
have
an
all your
877
questions
cash
answered.
now.
Don't wait. The sooner you call, the faster you'll have your money. Call now.
We need like the opera one.
And they made it really easy.
Oh, gee, I have the videos of
It's
my
your money.
Trouble and my
Use it
parents
when you
dog
need
barking
it.
at the JG Wentworth commercial. Oh my god.
866-433-9717. 866-433-9717.
Chamel. I think it's like it.
The premium Dell XPS M1530 with Windows Live Photo Gallery. Load, edit, and share your photos. And for a limited time, get a flip video camcorder, all for just $9.99.
Video camcorder. A flip video chat. Do you remember those? I'm just wondering. God.
Finance for less than $2 a day. Go to Dell.com or call now. Dell, yours is here.
What if I told you there's a quick and easy way to get today's most popular
stuff for free? Xbox 360.
All you need is internet access. Answer a few questions, then tell us where to send your free gift.
Thank you for that, fast.
It's easy and it's real.
I missed the old PC
Thousands
ads.
of people have already claimed their free gift.
Oh, we gotta get a free Xbox, chat.
Then I got my free Xbox.
I got a free Xbox for my son.
An offer like this doesn't come around every day. Check out the website now and get your free gift.
G4 is like being visited by a badass video game goddess who is way into tight
I remember this one.
and digging up funny, obscure videos. Plus, she's all over the latest blogs, games, and high-tech gadgetry.
The latest blogs. Oh.
This energy-clad goddess/sensei of digital goodness is plugged into what's going on. And therefore, my man, so are you. G4 is like that, basically.
Breasts and ass. Prawn girl.
Welcome back to E308.
I don't have breasts of the sound. What do I have? Oh, hold on, I have this.
So good to be up here.
Ah, it doesn't work.
We just showed you Resistance 2 and
I hit it long enough. I think it would.
That is only the beginning. Later on, we've got Star Wars Force Unleashed, The Lord of the Rings Conquest, and
Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
There's a ton. E308 is shaping up to be the biggest show ever, and we're bringing you every game we can get our hands on. That's the whole reason G4 is here, to make sure you don't miss a thing. But right now, let's go over to Kevin for some Hellgas stomping action.
Hell yeah,
All right, thank you
Killzone
guys.
2.
Look, our next game made a controversial E3 debut in 2005. Skeptics were saying it would never look as good as the debut trailer, but Killzone 2 is ready to prove absolutely everybody wrong.
Guerrilla Games takes the conflict to the alien world with the highly anticipated sequel, Killzone 2. This PS3 exclusive features stunning visuals, multiplayer mayhem, and action sequences that feel like they came right out of a Hollywood blockbuster. The wait is nearly over.
I got Resident Evil 4 VR and I hope
it's
great. Oh, that's cool.
And here to help us find our way through the chaos, Sony's Kyle Schubel. How are you, Kyle?
I'm doing great, Kevin. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I kind of have my shoe firmly wedged in my mouth. Listen, 2 years ago, you guys showed footage of this at E3, and people were saying, look, that is not in-game, this is pre-rendered, whatever. And it turned out that it was target gameplay. Yeah. A year later, you guys
that was
demoed this thing
pre-rendered, though.
again,
That's the problem.
and it looks pretty damn close to the target gameplay.
Pretty easy to be compared to the OG, and it was
Here
pretty
we are,
fun.
another year later. We're seeing the game being played right now. Take me through what's been done. What level are we at here?
Okay, well, what you're seeing here is basically
Flying
alpha
sex bot?
closing on beta level, a level here.
I like how you said you were going to bed, and then like you come back, this is like flying sex bot.
All the bells and whistles are in now. Now we're in that polished stage. See that lighting in the background there? We've got things going on. The entire environment feels like you're there. It feels real. We're looking through that window now, the virtual window, where you can see this warehouse, and it feels like it's dirty and gritty. All of that's what's come together.
Yeah, it looks like the environment itself has just an incredible sense of weight.
Exactly.
Flying
so
sex
get us caught up on
bot
the
taking
story. It's been a while
priority.
since anybody's touched Killzone. So what are they in for?
Okay, well, Killzone 1, you had the Hellgas were invading Vectum. They were basically attacking the ISA, and we knocked them back, and we basically broke the back of the invasion. Killzone Liberation, the PSP game that came out a few years ago, that one picked up with mopping up the last Hellgas forces on Vecta. Well, this time we're taking the fight to them. This entire battle takes place on Hellgas.
We're done playing defense. It's
no,
time to get
we're
them on
going
their
after
terms.
you guys. So this is us going out and we're attacking Helgen, and you're dealing with a hostile environment. You're going to have these dirty, gritty. This is an oppressed culture. They've got just everything is this dirty warehouse, and there he goes with the pistol.
And they have Magnum rounds in their
exactly.
Nice.
Well. But you're going to be basically taking the fight to them on Helghan, and we're going to take you through the environmental. You're going to be going from all these different areas where you're going to have different weather effects and environmental effects and dirty, gritty environments that just feel real.
Yeah, this looks incredible. What are you doing to actually make these environments seem so realistic?
Well, it's a lot of what Guerrilla has an art style that's unique to themselves. I mean,
Oh,
there's
they
a lot
really
of games
do.
out
They
there,
still even
first-person
have the
shooters.
art style.
Well, they're great.
Say with Horizon.
Well, guess what? The world is great when you start looking at it. They do things with their deferred renderer and with the lighting to give this environment.
It looks a lot better
there's an
than
atmosphere
Resistance
here
1.
that just actually reaches out and grabs you, pulls you into the fight.
And I'm
Yeah, it
seeing,
really
I'm
does.
seeing a little, it looks like an AI teammate of some sorts hanging out there.
Yes.
Can you talk about the AI of this game and what you've done to make sure that, we're not knocking into guys and ushering them through doorways? Because he seems to be playing along pretty intelligently here.
He's playing along very well. And
look at that animation climbing over the...
Sorry.
I
Oh, no, please, dive in. When you see something fun like that, you see the ragdoll physics as he fell down, then everybody behaves
I
correctly.
love
But
how
the
they
AI
point out
right now,
ragdoll
we're actually having
physics.
some challenging things where we're having to
I
dumb
love that
down
so
the buddy
much.
AI because it was taking away from the fun of the game because they were killing everybody.
Right. You boot open a door, go into a room, and your buddies have already mocked everybody
Oh, great. Well, I guess I'll just sort of sit here and sip my latte. But really, when it comes down to it, the Helghast function as squads. You've got groups of guys. There are moments where they'll feel like they've kind of got you in a good position. All of a sudden, two guys will pop up, lay suppressing fire, you duck and cover in first person, which has never been done before. I'm hiding behind my position. Another guy flanks around to toss a grenade into my cover position, while the last one's just waiting for me to stand up and run from the grenade. It's like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got your moments where it's just insane, but yeah, your buddy, as you can see, he's even leading the way, and we're using him as a tool to help guide you through the level.
Right, no more blinking crazy taxi arrow or something hanging out on the top of the screen. You've got a
Well, that
teammate
was
going along with you.
copyrighted for a
we've
bit,
seen
the
pistol, we've
crazy
seen this
taxi
assault rifle.
arrow.
Yes.
What can we use to make the Helghast blow up real nice like?
Well, right here, Mike's actually picking up a battle rifle, which is a smaller clip, much heavier round, has a lot more punch, but it's iron sights. So if he pops up here and he zooms in, you're dealing with an old-fashioned iron sight.
There we go, yeah.
2 shots, the guy goes down. Nice heavy weapons. But we've got light machine guns, shotguns. A lot of the weapons, the favorite weapons from Killzone 1 and Liberation are coming back. And we're even trying to keep a couple of surprises in our back pocket.
Now, am I seeing a little 6-axis here?
6-axis control support. He's actually using it to grab onto the valve and open up the floodgates here to allow the convoy through. Right now,
that was always so gimmicky.
Down below you that you see them right there. Opening fire at
What
the
really
ISA that are
sucked
up on
is
the bridge
like
above them there.
back then, if you had a third-party controller, you couldn't even turn the thing, so you got like soft lock there.
Now, I mean, okay, 6-axis, okay, it's a PlayStation 3 game. What about trophies? What about vibration? Are you ticking off all the
We were going through that checklist and trying to make sure that one, yes, we did them all, but two, that they don't feel bolted on. We want to have everything feel right. It's a shooter. Rumble was easy. That one we can fit in. There we go.
6-axis works.
Got some nice stuff. And then you've also got the trophy support. And we are going to wholeheartedly support trophies, but we aren't telling you too many details yet. We want to save that until we get a little closer to the
That's fine. That's allowed. You got to save something. What about multiplayer, though? Because you said first-person shooter. We're ticking off those checkboxes.
Hell yes.
This has got to have some good online support, right?
It does have online support. We're doing a great deal with community. We're going to have 32-player online, squad-based, multiple classes.
32-player online. Jesus, this is back then.
Our Killzone.com
This is 2008.
website. Follow your stats and tracking in clans, issuing clan challenges, going straight from the website to the PS3. Just really trying to
and you said all this, and I have to pry more because that's apparently not it. There's even more to announce?
There is even more to announce, but we're holding off on that. We're announcing bits as we go through E3. Every day we're giving a little bit more. So you guys caught me too early. Sorry.
Okay, well that's fine. We got plenty there.
It really was.
Is there a planned release for Killzone 2? Is it still a window time? February. Next
February
year?
09.
Are we gonna hit it?
Yes.
February 09.
Running for it right now.
Favorite weapon?
Personally, I actually still really love the M82, the basic assault rifle that you see right behind me. It just feels right. It feels like a real gun firing real bullets.
Yeah,
that's one thing Killzone's always done right. No ray guns here.
Yeah, from the depth of field to the cover system to the physics, the AI, everything looks to be on point. So
good stuff.
Congrats on that, Kyle. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
a lot,
on and showing it off. That's Killzone 2, everybody. Look for it in February. And, keep refreshing those blogs because apparently there's a lot more info out there in the days to come. Right now, we're going to go back to Adam and Morgan to hear from our digital peanut gallery.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
That was great.
So it does. It really does look that good.
It looks amazing, guys.
Yeah. Good job. Anyway, for what our viewers think about Killzone 2 and everything else we've seen today, well, for the early part of today, we're not going to wait for emails or facsimile machines.
Well, they're going to pull up emails?
Right now in the virtual audience powered by Stickcam.
Virtual audience.
All right, first up tonight, we're talking to Evan. What's your question, Evan?
Hey, I want to know, which of the 3 big-name companies do you think had the best press conference?
Well, what do you think it was, Evan? What's your opinion?
I think it was Microsoft, because their new party system allows people to just watch movies together and do whatever the gamers do together.
Are you going to do that, do you think? I was a little skeptical about that part. I didn't know if I was going to watch a movie with somebody in another living room.
I think it's a situation where they have it in there because it's just not that hard to put it in there.
And you might as well put it in there.
So why not? I've talked to some people who think that like they want to have a movie night with their family if they don't live, you know, in the same town or anything like that. I don't know.
I know I have the skeptical look on my face.
Yeah, with my family, that means I'd have to watch a bunch of Godard movies every Saturday, and that would drive me crazy.
I think Microsoft did have an excellent press conference. I think Sony won on the just the set.
Yes, it was gorgeous in there, but I do think the other two we kept on thinking, what's going to happen? What are you going to announce? And it just didn't seem to be there.
But you know what I think it's sort of hard because this isn't a big hardware cycle, so...
I like how we get like old...
You're really announcing just sort of...
early 2000 webcams, yeah.
I know. Up next is Jeremy from Illinois. What's your question, Jeremy?
Yes, do you think Killzone 2 will save the PS3?
I think Blu-ray may save the PS3.
Yeah, I think... I think saying save...
I think she was right there. She hit that like nail right on the head.
The PS3,
Like, Blu-ray was like one of the biggest selling points of the PS3. And to be honest with you, if the PS3 did not have Blu-ray, I'm pretty sure it would be a completely different like, you know, thing now for like, you know, fucking we'll be using HD DVDs.
Is doing better than it had been, I think, about a year ago.
No, the PS3 is doing better. It has the Blu-ray player. We personally know a lot of people like in our crew who have been picking up PlayStations because
his name is
of the Blu-ray
Anime
player.
Freak 1980.
And then they're thinking, well, what game should I buy? And I think Killzone's a big, strong candidate. I think Killzone has the potential to do
I think the other
really well.
is Little Big Planet. I think that's actually...
Right.
I think that's really going to broaden the appeal of the console. Okay, next.
Oh yeah, I agree. Hold on. So what was censored down there?
It had been, I think, about a year ago.
The PS3 is doing better. It has the Blu-ray player. We personally know a lot of people like in our crew who have been picking up
it's
PlayStations
Tuesday
because
here.
of the Blu-ray player, and then they're thinking, well, what game should I buy? And I think Killzone's a big, strong candidate. I think Killzone has the potential to do
I think the other
really well.
is
I'm
Little
looking
Big
down
Planet.
there.
I think that's actually...
Right.
I think that's really going to broaden the appeal of the console.
What happened down there?
Okay, next. We got Aaron from California. What is on your mind, Aaron?
How you guys doing? Of the showcases that happened these past 2 days, which company do you feel has the most control of the gaming industry?
What do you mean by most control?
Meaning, you know, with Microsoft coming out with their new setups, what they're doing with the parties, and with
Who made you stick his tongue out? I don't know yet.
Some of the new games, and with the Wii coming out with the Power Blast for their control. Which one do you think will dominate more? Which one do you think will have more?
I don't want to be rude and cut you off there, but I think of the three, Nintendo's definitely got that market share. They don't seem to have people like just going crazy for those, you know, to get those games.
Well, but I mean, the press conference really wasn't for the hardcore game, and the press conference was for basically everybody else. And I guess if you're a company and you can have the hardcore gamer,
shout out to that guy called The Big Show with the fucking
a lot of other people into gaming, but
John Cena shirt on.
All right, finally we have Josh, also from California. Bring it home, Josh.
Oh.
Are you hearing Josh?
I don't think I heard Josh. I think there may have been something. Anyway,
all right,
sorry
we don't have Josh. Sorry, Josh. We'll try to get you a little bit later in the show. Virtual audience, thank you so much for coming by. We will check in with you throughout the week for your take on E3. So you should dress for the occasion. You know, put on a button down. Let's send it back over to Olivia.
Or a bright yellow dress. Hey guys, we'll be right back with more E3 OA Live, including a look at the new and improved Prince of Persia and the latest offerings from Electronic Arts.
Oh,
and
yeah,
remember
Prince of Persia.
to keep
Sorry,
your
Josh, you
iPods
blew
out
it.
of the latest E3 OA
You blew it.
videos. Download GeForce Special E3
Hold on, Josh,
podcast at
I got one thing to tell you,
GeForcePodcast.
and that
you guys
is...
don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're fired!
And here we go.
Get inside the most anticipated film this year, The Dark Knight, a G4 special preview, tomorrow at 8 after E3.
Well, I just want to walk in over that BS.
Synthetic oil delivers more power than Q-Horse
Josh lounging came in whenever Josh blew it.
Tibbs.
Josh, is that you back in the day?
Can I try some? Those are good. Kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen to all the giant soft pretzels in the world.
There you go, baby. Okay. Keep your eye on this now.
Oh, you did
juicy mooch.
Now in the handy new snack bag.
17 now.
Genius, but his life changed when he learned to count.
Winner, winner.
17 for this month.
I think I got something over here. He's crushing your table. Think you can beat the system?
I remember this movie.
21 on DVD and Blu-ray High Def, July 22nd.
I just felt so violated. In less than a month, they took everything I worked for.
I have spent years trying to clean up this mess.
You think it can't happen
it was
to
me.
you,
I'd
but
be
it
blue
does.
just like May 1st.
Identity theft. It begins when your personal information is stolen. It can happen anywhere to anyone. It can turn your life upside down, destroy your credit, and ruin your good name. Unfortunately, most people don't know how to prevent it. Hi, I'm Logan Crawford, here to tell you about a simple and smart way to protect yourself from identity theft. It's called NameSmart, and it's a smart way to protect your good name. NameSmart actively monitors your credit reports, your credit cards, your personal information, your social security number,
Have a nice day.
and more. Plus, helps resolve any claims made against you. And
Timu
do it all
Chris
for as little as
Hansen.
$5 per month. Plus,
I can see that.
NameSmart guarantees you up to $2 million should your identity ever be stolen.
It's good to know someone is watching out for me.
With NameSmart, now I feel protected.
You know, I have insurance for everything else. It just made sense.
So, chat, I want to ask you, so after the next break, we're going to go back, look at magazines. Do you guys want to look at Game Informer? Do you guys want to look at PC Zone again? Or do you guys want to do the official PlayStation Plus?
Actively monitors your credit reports, your credit cards, your personal information, your social security number, plus helps resolve any claims made against you.
Oh, Laura Croft, I know, right?
Victim of identity
That's why I picked
theft.
that one.
Call the number on your screen
It was like
now,
something
and
about
you can
sexy
have the
something on it, and I'm like,
identity
ooh.
protection package from NameSmart,
that's going
risk-free
back, yeah.
for 30 days, which includes
we're
their
having like a
guarantee
retro
of up
Monday
to $2
today.
million should your identity ever be stolen. NameSmart. It's the smart way to protect your good name. So call and protect yourself now.
Have your credit card ready and call now or go online to namesmart.com. Protect your good name for as little as $5 per month.
Oh, it's $5
Call
per month.
1-800-856-0847. That's 1-800-856-0847. Once again, that's 1-800-856-0847. Call now.
Hey everybody, welcome back to G4's exclusive live coverage of E3.
I'm partial to Game Informer because I want it. But I'm down to see what anything nostalgic. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that we have up is nostalgic stuff. This is old Game Informer.
Make you watch. But right now, it's time to check our video viewer mail and answer some questions from you guys at home.
Oh, let's see what the questions are.
All the battles that we have seen on Lord of the Rings Conquest come from the movies. What additional content will we expect from the books?
Okay, well, we've been told that Pandemic is working on including battles that never made it into the movie, so I guess we'll see more in a second.
crap.
Yeah, we've got a hands-on demo and an interview coming
That's
up.
an extended
very shortly,
universe
but,
Star Wars
they're
question.
working with Weta, who did the effects for the film as well, so you know it's going to look and feel authentic. And
Olivia,
they're
I
working
know,
on a
right?
level based around Balin's conquest of Moria.
So we'll actually check it out. So guys,
Yeah, it'll be up
stay
in a
tuned
second.
for that. If you've got a question about anything happening here at E3, you can get it
Well,
answered
Lord of the Rings
and
Conquest.
accurately.
I mean,
All you have to do
that's
is
what
send
that
us
was
a
for.
video viewer mail.
It's easy. Head on over to g4tv.com/E3 for all the particulars. But right now, let's go over to Morgan for more on Conquest.
As if 3 movies and a couple games weren't enough, the Tolkien universe is getting some more love this year with Lord of the Rings Conquest.
Lord of the
You'll
Rings
relive all of your
Conquest.
favorite
God, guys, do you remember that game? That game was actually really good.
Battles and experience ones that you've never seen.
The Lord of the Rings Conquest is a brand new take on the series, courtesy of Pandemic. Following the same style as the studio's popular Star Wars Battlefront series, you must lead an army into battle and win at all costs. Created with assistance from Peter Jackson's Weta Studios, the game is set to be the most epic Middle-earth adventure yet. Players will be able to fight for both good and evil in 2 separate campaigns and wage war against one another online.
Chat, I'm actually thinking about playing through Mercenaries 2 on stream.
We're going to have a ton of battles available in this game. We've got Helm's Deep, we've got Minas Tirith, we've got the Black Gate, and you even get to go a bunch of places you've never been before, like the Shire, Rivendell, the Mines of Moria. So it's going to be a blast.
So, but everything's going to happen in the game. Did that come from the book, or is that something that you guys took some liberties with?
We've got everything from the films and a bunch from the book as well. Like we've got a battle of in Minas Morgul, which is this evil fortress that you just see in the movies, but you don't really get to explore, that you get to fully explore in the game.
So
the Lord of the Rings games were always pretty good.
Setting?
You know, we've got the good campaign, which kind of follows the events of the film, but then the evil campaign takes place right at the end, and it has an alternate ending where Frodo failed in destroying the ring. And instead of destroying it, you get to play as
Gollum
the bad
is the
guys,
best Lord of the Rings game.
You get to kill Frodo, deliver the ring to Sauron, and set off this evil campaign where you go through as the bad guys and crush the forces of good throughout Middle-earth.
I'm trying to say what I'm trying not to say what I was going to say.
What we're seeing right here. Can you tell us what we're looking at?
So this is from the good campaign. This is the Battle of Minas Tirith.
Gollum stream when.
You'll see what we're doing is we're trying to defend the front gate. You've got 4 playable classes in the game: the Scout, the Warrior, the Archer, and the Mage, and each one plays totally different. And right now, you've got to defend the area at the front gate from these invading Orc forces.
I'm keeping track in my head so I can update later.
Using a bunch of different attacks to try to defend
18
it.
subs this month, and then
he can also
at 20 we're going to be doing a stream with the game Rat Shaker that was gifted to me a while back.
Doing a bunch of really kind of stealth mechanics.
By my friend RoxoLabs.
So he's sort of the rogue.
Wonder if we still have this. Wonder if we still have this trailers.
Sure.
The 2 Towers Return to King games are always rad. Yeah, they really were.
Who's our magic user? We've got the Warrior, who's our melee specialist.
Lord of the Rings games always were solid. It was kind of like
how do you choose between these characters?
It was kind of like how LucasArts, like how much all their games were solid, but the thing was LucasArts though was like, you know, they were making their own games, you know, pretty much. So like almost all the Star Wars games were actually pretty good.
When you start a game?
It really depends on what your personal preference is. If you're more of a shooter fan, you might want to stick with the Archer or the Mage. They're more of your blaster characters. They play like a third-person shooter.
I can't think of a bad Lord of the Rings game out of the top of my head.
If you're more of a melee fan, you might want to play the Warrior or the Scout because they're more.
I can think of okay Star Wars games,
so we should talk about Star Wars,
but I can't think of a bad one off the top of my head.
Well, you know, we after working on Battlefront 1 and 2, we really wanted to take this game into a whole new area.
With you.
So we took the open battlefield type game and we took it into the fantasy setting. And with Lord of the Rings, you've got this rich universe, a whole cast of new heroes, and melee combat. So it really kind of is a next extension of the gameplay.
So we heard that you were able to get
there's a hype train. Thank you, Joe. In that case, we're at 19.
Into your movie. I mean, how did you integrate that material?
That was really cool, actually. With the next gen technology, we're able to get the actual ints, the trolls, and even the Balrog from the film into the game as a playable character.
So you can actually play as a Balrog?
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for supporting tonight, guys.
We should talk about the evil campaign and how its gameplay differs from the good campaign.
Well, in the evil campaign,
what year
you get to play as all these
that trailer release for which game?
Sauron, the Evil Lord. You get to play as the Balrog.
Let me look in the chat here. We're watching 2008 here.
Setting Ents on fire. You get to play as the troll, pick up enemy guys, fight their heads off, and throw them across the battlefield. So you get to do a lot
I can just click on your name and it'll actually pull up.
Be able to do as good guys.
Tuesday
so why
here.
am I going to play the good guy campaign?
Yeah, if you're a fan of the films, you know, and you want to relive the battles.
What trailer are you talking about?
But it's really all about the bad guys.
So let's talk about this environment right here. How much of this castle do you have to move around in?
You know, our environments are huge, actually. This is Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith is basically like a wedding cake. It's got 7 layers. We've got the entire first 3 layers of Minas Tirith modeled in this game, and you get to play through starting at the front gate all the way up to the top where you're looking out over the battlefield.
Like we need to play this game at some point.
During this battle right here.
Yeah, what you do is you basically, what we did is
I remember buying this game at a yard sale for like $2.
Where we allow moments from the films to happen, but it's up to the player to kind of make those things happen. So he still has the freedom to play any way he wants.
Do you have arrow management? Arrow management was a huge part of the book. I think people who've only seen the movies don't realize how much time Legolas spent managing his arrows.
Yeah, Conquest is kind of like Battlefront, but like with Lord of the Rings.
Or do you have unlimited ammo for that?
You know, we've got different kinds of special arrows that you need to manage. We've got a fire arrow, a poison arrow, and a triple shot arrow, and you need to manage those and make sure you're using them at the right time.
I'm gonna say arrow gaming now, but now it's just a bunch of suits on a green screen. Yeah, pretty much.
Multiplayer, because I know that people want to go slaughter their friends.
We don't have like
it's the first thing people usually
we are
ask about.
lacking just like people like Reggie obviously wore a suit constantly, but I think Reggie's more attire was more casual business. But like I miss like the era of like that they would actually let developers like become personalities and stuff. Like everyone remembers Cliffy B, everyone remembers John Romero, everyone remembers John Carmack, American McGee. I'm trying to think here. There's lots more I can think of. There was that guy from Infinity Ward. I forget his name, but everyone knows who I'm talking about. Ken Levine, yeah. It's like everyone, like there was all these big names, like these big personalities that were developers. I think arguably the only one that's left now is Kojima. And it's like we don't get any like personalities like that anymore in the industry. I think it's because more like it went more corporate, you know, where they're trying to please shareholders, and if someone is, you know, out there talking a lot about the games, like you get like a Sean Murray incident.
What kind of tactics are going to be available to us?
Well,
yeah, they're just numbers and replaceable. It's really sad.
Conquest and Capture the Flag and King of the Hill.
I think the only dying
kind of Lord of the Rings true gameplay.
I think the last like bastions of people like that are the indie devs, in all honesty, because like look at the indie sphere. You got like Toby Fox. You got like I'm trying to think of others. You got Toby Fox. You got the guy who made Philip Fish, even though he's kind of a dickhead. You got the people that made Super Meat Boy. I forget their names right now. It's like I think that's like the only kind of dying breed of it, you know, is kind of like the indie devs.
We've got a new mode called Ring Bearer, where one player is Frodo.
Because like indie devs are always indie development is more passionate and like kind of like, you know, based on.
So it's this kind of game of tag where everyone's working together to try to find Frodo and then fighting over each other.
I hate mean people. Yeah, I hate mean people too.
Lord of the Rings tag, I love it. Are we going to see any co-op play?
Yeah, the entire campaign's playable in co-op, both split screen and online.
Split screen co-op.
What lessons did you take from Star Wars Battlefront in bringing this game to life?
I think we started from making sure we wanted to have a game that was fun in both single player and multiplayer, and kind of the same game. So if you knew single player, you knew how to play multiplayer and vice versa. But what we brought is a whole melee component and this whole Lord of the Rings dynamic to the Battlefront experience. This, in a way, is kind of the spiritual successor to Battlefront.
I mean, do you feel honored? I mean, you've worked on games from two of the biggest, you know, entertainment and geek franchises in history.
Yeah, it's pretty much a dream.
I'm gonna play this now.
And do you think would win in a fight, Star Wars nerd or Lord of the Rings nerd?
I think Internet Archive has you covered.
I'd say probably Lord of the Rings nerd, because he's more likely to bring chainmail and a sword to the fight, and the Star Wars nerd's probably got a plastic lightsaber.
That's true. I probably would bring
my abandonware probably has you covered too.
But do you have anything?
They probably both have you covered.
Yes, actually, I think we're premiering our new trailer on G4 coming soon. So
well, we're
really
very
cool.
excited to see it. I know that everyone's very excited for this game. Thank you so much for coming by with Conquest.
Thanks
we
for
really
having me.
Appreciate
it.
You on. I know. Let's send it back over to Adam and Kevin.
Nobody's going to play the good campaign. I mean, come on.
So I just feel like Morgan just snagged content for X-Play right there during the course of the demo.
She's good.
So that's really real good. All right, earlier in the show, we asked you, what's the best new addition to Gears 2?
Yes, is it chainsaw dueling, the meat shield, or
Chainsaw Dueling 1? Look how close meat shields were, though.
new execution.
Well, our
Did
counting
admire
monkeys, they really are monkeys,
the one
have tabulated your
me too.
votes, and they say that 42% of you love chainsaw dueling with meat shields running a very close second.
It's funny, every making of documentary you see about Gears of War, every interview that you see with Clippy, that he had to fight and convince people that the chainsaw bayonet was a worthy addition to the game, that this would be an awesome gameplay mechanic. And here, not only did it turn out to be just a pivotal moment in gaming for so many people, you know, it's a memory that they love.
Yeah,
but now it's the most hotly anticipated feature for the new game.
And in
I think everyone that played Gears of War first, like, wanted to play it because the chainsaw bayonet.
Now it's not kind of a coin toss. You have to keep tapping that button to see if you can withstand and you can win that.
And both of you are tapping fast enough.
I love Halo as well. I like Halo and Gears of War.
People in multiplayer can be shooting at you, so you have to really decide whether or not you want to get into that.
And are you going to be the one guy in the middle of the map who's just chainsawing back and forth with someone else until someone wins?
No, I'm the guy shooting the guy's chainsaw.
There you go.
I know
Okay.
that I
I don't know which style of gamer you are.
That
I'm a
guy.
35-year-old veteran of Halo.
I'm excited. I mean, the fact that the meat shield and the curb stomp were both up there as well, like, says to me that there's enough awesome features in this game to make it as over the top and action packed as people are hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be absolutely awesome.
I think so far, Fallout 3 sniper headshot and a Gears of War 2 head stomp have got the most applause from anybody out here.
That's in 3 hours.
There's plenty more coming up.
Wait, hold on,
We also need your votes for another upcoming gaming event. When
This is
G4
day
Stay
one.
Out of the Sun Summer continues with X Play Presents. Hey, that's your show. G4ia
Well,
2008
where
is
is
G4's
the-
fan favorite award show. After that, Adam and Morgan circle the globe.
We're gonna have to
on a
try to find the
whirlwind
sniper
gaming
headshot
tour.
for Fallout
First, we'll head to
3.
Europe's largest gaming expo, the Leipzig Games Convention. Then we're coming back stateside to the biggest indie game festival on earth, the Penny Arcade Expo.
Love the packs. Do not miss any of X Play's summer specials, starting with the 1-hour award extravaganza that is G4ia 2008 on August 7th. Just check out all the info and the details by logging on to g4tv.com/xplay.
Now, coming up after the break, we'll be taking a stroll on the Angry Red Planet for a look at Red Faction Gorilla. And yes,
Oh, Red Faction
everything's
Gorilla.
destructible.
Thank you. There's more after that, including a look at Ubisoft's reboot of Prince of
That room
Persia.
probably
You will
smells
not
that like
believe the game
cats.
both
Yeah,
new
probably.
look.
And remember, you can watch the best of our E3 08 coverage whenever you want. Starting this Thursday, July 17th. Look for G4 On Demand on your channel.
Hold on one sec here. I want to look this up real quick, see if we can find it. G4 Fallout.
Out in the wasteland, the game does take place. How all of that works as well.
Life's just hard.
I remember this on X-Play.
Oh, nice. Where's the other guy? Shoot me over. So this is VATS. If I press the right bumper, it's going to go into VATS, and then I can queue up individial body parts. And so I can say, okay, here's my percentage chance to hit.
I think this is. I think this is what they were talking about.
Zap. Then it pulls you out. You get the cinematic camera.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about.
And that's all we have. Just guys blowing up everywhere.
Guy blew up. Thanks for giving me the smooch and the head pat.
Lineup. Check g4tv.com/VOD for more info.
All right, so let's go back to magazines here. So we looked at Xbox. It's only fair we look at PlayStation now. You have to be full screen. Okay. Pucker up for Laura's hot lips and Tomb Raider 3. Oh god, that can be taken as like completely different. You did what? Live dangerously and get away with it. Exposed. Over 50 new games. Let's rock out. Let's rock through a top teching bash. Boobs. No, booze, farts, violence. It's our apocalypse is coming. PlayStation Plus. Win a big TV. Won a 24-inch. Let's actually just zoom right in. A 24-inch goggle box. Turn to page 16. Living dangerously. Q&A or experts. That I know that's a fucking CRT right there. That's a widescreen CRT. The works. Tomb Raider 3. Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Hell yeah. I won. That's a good one. I don't know. Rated on playtest. In the works. First look. Shooting Star. That's all I have to say, chat. They really did market this like really sexually. Ass. This babe is packing rock hard weaponry. Verbal. Hold on, what's this? Ouch. Is that boobs? Class. More shooters exposed as fakes. Free telly shocker. Oh, here's the thing for the free TV. Free telly. Jesus, look at that screen, man. Assault with a deadly weapon. V-Rally. Hold your own Tekken 3 Street Party. Hell yeah. A Tekken 3 cake. Hold on. We gotta go back. A Tekken 3 cake. Impress the girls. Tekken 3 punch. Tekken 3 cake. Tekken 3 party games. What magazine is this? Blah. Silent Hill. Hell yeah. Headless bodies and skinless babies who hack your carving knees. Nasty. Double page of Crash 3. Test drive 4x4. I am a gamer. What's this? Dodge Marina. Update. Silent Hill, you mean discount Resident Evil? Hey, I think Silent Hill is better than Resident Evil. Test Shy 5. Oh, there's Apocalypse. What's the updates here? Rail the Rush. No compromise, no competition, no contest. Oh. Well, what? Oh, there's like... What is this for over there? Best Buy. Colored memory cards, $10. Color controller range, 10... Well, these are 10 euros. Oh, I used to have this multi-tap. DualShock controller available for $20. Chat, I just paid $80 for my DualSense. Colony Wars Vengeance. Oh, it's Mega Man Legends. Big Air. Oh, there's Tenchu. Creep up behind a victim and hack their head off. It's tense and tactical. Spyro the Dragon, hell yeah. Disciples of Gaia. Legacy of Kain. Oh, I actually bought Shadow Man recently. Laura Under the Covers. Ooh. Laura's book. When is a gun not a gun? Living Dangerously. Ape Evasion. That was that was pretty close to being nude. What the fuck is this magazine? Win the best 50 games ever made. Bio freaks. Europeans be like, lol. Yeah, I know, right? If it was actual nudity, I probably would have had to end the stream. PlayStation Plus. Hold on. Celebrity Therapy. Rated. Duke Nukem Time to Kill. I think this is the bad one that was on PlayStation. What did they have Time to Kill? It doesn't say. Oh, hold on. They gave it an 89%. It's the other one. It's the Nintendo 64 one that was pretty good, I think. Wild 9. Mortal Kombat 4 got a 74. Call Me Kelly. Baby Universe. Medieval 92%. Madden 63%. Even back then they didn't get pretty good scores. Future Cop LAPD. Never heard of it in all honesty. WWF Warzone. And the advertises for the Nintendo 64 as well in the PlayStation magazine. The Fifth Element. Oh, I've seen PWR play that. Command & Conquer at 90. Not feeling yourself, let's give you a hand. Oh god. There's something hot at the end of the phone. But it's not her, it's us. Okay, this is a lot of this is like almost nudity on this level. I think next time I'm gonna have to go into these and look just to make sure beforehand. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Oh my god, the cards. I wouldn't want to eat for a month. Shitting out napalm. Shitting out napalm strikes. No fun. Ditto farting nerve gas. 45 pounds worth of curry. No one had sex with fatties. You'll sweat out all sorts of shit. Maids smell it. The pros you wouldn't eat for a week, up and down chili. What the fuck is this magazine? This magazine's been a roller coaster. Oh my god, hold on. Speaking of Laura Croft here, I wonder what the PC side of things had to say. Hold on, do we want to do PC Zone? Or do we want to do Game Informer? Alright. What do you guys do? What do you guys think? What do you guys want? I want to see if the 90s had LS restrictive time. Yeah, I didn't PC game back then. Anyways, what's the early page of that guy? A dark chocolate in the toilet. That wasn't dark chocolate. Let's look at it was this one. We need to look at more of these, because this one had like the one website in it that we went to. Was I think it was this one. I don't think it was PC Zone. But I'm gonna find more of these in the future, because this one was great. God, Command and Conquer 3. Oh no. CM3. We'll do... Got the red shirt. Yeah, that was a toilet. We'll do, you know what? It'll be interesting to do Borderlands, since I've just played through it. So I'll make this full screen here. Warhawks. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2. Oh, I just bought this. Stranglehold. Medal of Honor Airborne. Body by Milk. Got Milk. Eternal Sonata. Chuck. Bionic Woman. Oh, this is fan art. Reader's artwork. Hold it. Who could object to a chibi style Phoenix Wright? Oh wow. I'm surprised that term goes all the way back. Oh wow, look at that September's winter artwork. The peach in the bikini. That's pretty cool. The Ninja Gaiden. I like the rare going after the pinata. That's great. Halo 3. Hiro need not speak when he is gone. The world will speak for him. Connect. Oh, this is around E3. Microsoft's focus on the present. 2007 be the big year for Xbox 360. After delivering the best E3 2007, the company is back down. They're the best. The acquiring the 360 is stocked with great games, but disappointing Microsoft 90 minutes to tell us stuff that we already knew instead of expanding the mind share. Oh, they gave it they gave their press conference a C+. Maybe start off with his death. Oh yeah. Shake weight. Marines ad. The Marines and military ads have not changed that much since like the early 2000s. Nintendo goes casual. Are you ready to get fit? Oh, there's the balance board. There's Reggie. Oh, skate! The new thumb in town. Danny Way's thumb talks to skate. Oh my god! It's just an interview with his thumb. What's up? Danny's thumb. Not much. So we like the 2.25 inches tall or 14-foot airs. It's scary, but it's rad too. Oh my god, that's a good ad. I like that a lot. A step forward to Sony, new PSP and new PSP and price change for the PS3. Oh, there's Metal Gear Solid 4. $200 for a PSP back in the day. Top 50 games of E3. Number 1, Call of Duty 4. It's amazing how Call of Duty 4 even beat out Halo 3 back then. Rock Band was at number 3. 4 was Mass Effect. 5 was Little Big Planet. That's respectable. Killzone. Look how stacked this year was. Jesus. Imagine saying that, oh yeah, Little Big Planet was, well, imagine saying like, oh yeah, Halo was at number 2. What was that number 1? Call of Duty fucking 4. You can say that for any of these games. Killzone 2. Fallout 3 was at number 7. Look how stacked this was. 2008 was fucking great for video games. 12. Phantom Hourglass, Ratchet & Clank Future, Smash Brothers Brawl, Resident Evil 5, Halo Wars, Metroid Prime 3, Unreal Tournament 3, StarCraft 2, Brother in Arms, Hell's Highway, God of War Chains of Olympus, Star Wars Force Unleashed. Holy hell, this is stacked. The Civilization Revolutions, Infamous, Haze. That's one that didn't quite age too well. Oh, look at that BioShock ad. More moves on from Microsoft. Oh, it's Manhunt 2. Heavenly Storm. Hey, look! God of War's Jaffe's leaves Sony. David Jaffe rose to prominence as the creator of the Smash PS2 hit God of War, but now developers moving on to create his own company, Eat, Sleep, Play. Jaffe's enlisted to help along with colleague Scott Campbell in the studio. The pair worked together in years at Incognito / SingTech, bringing up Twisted Metal series, bringing up the vaunted Twisted Metal series of games. Jaffe says new company has 3 game console handhelds deal with Sony, and it will see the first new IP in 2008. It's wanted to go independent to see what we could do on our way to the ship, said Jaffe, the infamous blog, in his infamous blog. He wanted to go to Sony, make Twisted Metal. What? Yeah. Well, he was. It says here that he was. That he was known. He went to studio co-founded with someone that helped make Twisted Metal. It was a bit scary and a bit exciting. Jaffe's obviously similarly pumped about his upcoming project, which he says already started. The concept is fucking amazing, and I'm crazy in love with the game. Number 1 already. Hope y'all like it whenever you see it in a bit. Okay, so what game were they talking about with this? I'm actually kind of curious. So, okay, so let's look at David Jaffe here. He said 2008. It couldn't. I think the games never came out. Was it Colonel Cars? It might have been Colonel Cars. And then he followed up with Twist Metal. Yeah. So, why I left for Eat Sleep Play. Oh shit, his blog is still up. What did Eat Sleep Play make? Oh, they just made Twisted Metal games. Leaving Sony to make Twisted Metal games. Yeah, okay. I should ask Jaffe about that. Like you left Sony to make more Twisted Metal games. Oh, the orange box. Fuck yeah, that was such a fucking great deal. Going the Life with Jeff was terrible. I know, yeah. That sucks you still can't play it nowadays, so you can see how terrible it was. Borderlands. Oh, look how different this art style was back then. The Final Frontier. Oh my god. I never seen these before. Look how different Borderlands was. Look how different Lilith was. Oh my god. Mordecai didn't really change too much. Roland became a little bit darker, say the least. And Lilith, don't let the get woke go do not let the get woke go broke bros find out about this, guys. Okay, don't let them find out about this. They're gonna be going on about how 2008 was woke. The cars pretty much stayed the same too. Yeah, I kind of dig the style too, but to be honest, the cell shading really kind of like really kind of saved the game in all honesty, I think. Killzone 2. Oh, previews GTA 4. Halo 3. Guns of the Patriots, hell yeah. Oh, there's Blue Dragon. Oh, there's Skate. Again. Killzone 2 is one of the biggest lies. I know, right? That trailer. And even like during that interview, they admitted like that. Well, they didn't admit that. They're just like, oh yeah. It was actually gameplay. No, it wasn't. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. 2008 for SmackDown vs. Raw wasn't really that good. What, there's a Subaru comic at the bottom. There's just a Subaru ad as a comic. Simpsons game, Halo Wars. Silent Hill 5. This was Homecoming. Gears of War coming out on PC. Cars the video game. Reviews, okay. They gave BioShock a 10 out of 10. I agree. Bottom line, 10 out of 10. Tiger Woods Sports. Transformers. Ratatouille is 6.5. Oh, and they had the Lashed version 2 on here as well. Dude, I remember that review. Yeah. Artone Sonata 8.5. This game is probably shut down now. Layer 7. Pokemon Battle Revolution of 5.75. Deadhead Fred, what the fuck is that? Hold on. Deadhead Fred. What did it come out on? Such a fucking... Oh, it's a PSP game. Civilization, well, I actually agree with that. Civilization 4. Heroes of Mana 5. Handhelds, Brave Story. Charts. Mario Party 8 is up at the top. And Nintendo was... Hold on. Let's go back here. Nintendo was killing it. Look at this. 4 games in the top 5. Layer. The Return of Kong. We talked at the beginning of the Donkey Kong Champion. Oh, Billy Mitchell. Oh, what Billy. Cheating Billy. You know, but to be honest, he kind of deserved to win that lawsuit because Kyle did lie. But that's besides the point. Imagine agreeing with Billy Mitchell. $6,000 for that PC. Game over. Should be a rank. How it feels to choose 5. Feels like sliding down a bobsled run in a bathing suit. That's a quote. Made with love by Retromags. Oh shit, Retromags did that. Alright. So do you guys want to watch more E3, or do you guys want to look at more magazines, or you guys want to like kind of watch some X-Play or something? We can always continue off with E3 like later on. We watched half of day 1, so we can always do it another time. I just want to see what you guys want to do, because I wouldn't mind watching anything at this point. Alright, we'll watch some X-Play. Deal with choice me. Okay. We'll do a little bit later on X-Play. We'll do this one.
Today on X-Play, it's time for a little role-playing.
I play the leading man.
And we don't mean dressing up like a schoolgirl.
I like him better that way. Wouldn't you rather see for yourself?
Get ready for an all-RPG special.
All RPG special of X-Play. Oh, I remember this intro.
Adam Sessler. Morgan Webb.
Prepare to be reviewed.
Prepare to be reviewed. This is X-Play.
Hello and welcome to X-Play. Break out your 20-sided dice and your 12-sided dice. in your 10-sided dice and your 8-sided dice, because today's show is entirely devoted to RPGs.
Now, if this were Al Jazeera, RPGs would stand for rocket-propelled grenades, and the whole show would be about that, which would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'd definitely DVR it, even if it conflicted with an episode of What About Brian?
But this is X-Play, and RPG stands for role-playing games. The games where you create a new fantasy identity for yourself, thus allowing you to escape from the mundane reality of hosting a show in the digital plus fun pack cable tier.
Today, we'll tell you about the latest RPGs you should be playing, like Dragon Quest VIII, a Japanese import so good it almost makes up for Pearl Harbor.
We'll also look at the Elder Scrolls 4...
Sorry, I needed that for a second. Jesus.
Oblivion, with its gigantic world that'll make you want to unleash your inner Shackleton.
Poor man's Francis Drake.
Yeah.
And we'll learn about a disturbing new illness that's afflicting RPG
We're all just
players.
full of edges
And we'll
at this
have
point.
representatives from Kaiser Permanente on hand to answer your questions.
But we begin with a game from the Final Fantasy series, which is
I wonder if they
traditionally known for two
Oblivion.
things: characters of indeterminate sexuality and games that X-Play doesn't really like. But this one is different, except for the characters of indeterminate sexuality. It's Final Fantasy 12.
This
you know
RP
what? I hate to admit it, but I sort of missed that music. Over the years, we've come to associate the words Final Fantasy with a lot of different things. Giant chickens.
Chocobos.
Androgyny. I know it. And terrible pop music. But we've never really felt like the actual games lived up to the
Always wanted
hype.
to play
Well,
a 12.
we're happy to
That's why.
report that Final Fantasy 12 is the real deal. The main character this time is Vaughn, a disturbingly girlish street urchin
I've
from the
never
peaceful country
played it.
of
I never really
Dalmasca.
played any Final Fantasy games.
When his homeland is attacked and the king is assassinated, man has to team up and save the world with your usual assortment of good-looking rogues.
I play the leading man. Who else?
Rebellious princesses.
Don't interrupt me. I'm thinking.
And Icelandic playboy bunnies.
Have you finished?
For the record, that race of long-eared women is called Viera, and I haven't had such impure thoughts about a rabbit since Bugs Bunny dressed in drag. Childhood is confusing. Unlike other Final Fantasy games, this installment doesn't feature a sappy melodramatic love story.
I like it better that way.
Believe me, so do we. This is a story of high-minded political intrigue with really cool airship battles. And don't worry, folks, we won't spoil any more of the game's involving storyline.
Wouldn't you rather see for yourself? Of course.
If you haven't already noticed, Final Fantasy 12 is freaking gorgeous.
It is magnificent.
The cutscenes are feature film quality, and the locales are rendered with an almost unheard
It
of
still
level
does
of
look
detail.
good. It's just like the
Every nook
crustiness
and cranny of the game is absolutely teeming with life.
quality of the video.
Like every great piece of art, Part 12 is no stranger to controversy. When fans found out that Square Enix replaced the turn-based battles with a combat system similar to those found in online RPGs like EverQuest, pasty-faced geeks everywhere went ballistic. Well, we have good news. The combat system in Part 12 blows away the fighting setup from every other Final Fantasy game. Trust us, once you get the hang of it, you will never want to go back.
You're in good hands.
As an added bonus, that means no more random encounters. You'll actually be able to see your enemies walking around the battlefield.
Random
If you
encounters
wanna fight
always
them,
were
run up
kind
and
of a
start
bit of a
whacking away.
handful,
If
deal
not,
with.
you can keep on walking. It's that simple, people.
Ready.
Our only complaint is the overly complicated license system. Allow me to explain. You see, when you acquire a new item like a fancy shield, you can't simply use it right away. You'll first have to earn a license to use it, using license points that you earn in battle.
It's annoying.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's it for the technical mumbo-jumbo. Like every Final Fantasy game, the outfits are more homoerotic than 3 seasons of water polo.
Come on. What do you think?
I think we need to get you a shirt. But some cheesy costumes aren't enough to keep us from finally falling in love with this fantasy. It's one of the best RPGs we've played in a long, long time.
I thank you.
No, thank you. Final Fantasy 12 gets a 5.
Oh shit, they gave it a 5 out of 5.
Speaking of androgynous characters, whatever happened to Grace Jones?
You know Seal?
Yeah.
That's what's happened to Grace Jones.
Oh.
Up next, Dragon Quest VIII, and later, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
I wonder what they gave
X-Play.
Oblivion.
You don't have to change what you're about to change your future. Check out my friend Kendall. She's got an amazing career where she gets to use her PME on G4.
One's lawful good, one's neutral evil. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play's All RPG Special. And we're running down the top role-playing games to save you the trouble of figuring out what to play. So in the future, you should do something for us. Might I suggest buying something off my Amazon wish list? I might further suggest that said item be the Makita 4200 circular saw.
That joke still holds up.
Our next RPG comes to us from Japan. At this point, some shows you would throw a shot of a Japanese flying in the screen to make a joke about overly formal businessmen or bad drivers reading pornographic manga with one hand and taking lots of pictures with the other. But we're not going to do that. Because the Japanese people have given us some great RPGs and they deserve a break, even though their country is kind of silly and makes us laugh. Here's our review of Dragon Quest VIII.
You remember your first time? You know what I mean. The first time you ventured out upon endless plains to battle the unknown terror that awaits every step. The first time you stepped upon uncharted lands filled with men whose tongues loosened with the sound of gold. The first time you grabbed a fistful of feathers as the wind whipped through all 7 polygons of your hair. The moment that it all came together and all fell apart into endless night. If RPGs are the stories of the video game world, then this game would be a sonnet for anyone who's ever been in love, one turn at a time. Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King, breathes new life into a classic design. Better known for its 2D journeys, this latest quest breaks through the final dimension with astounding results.
Oh, it's only up
but
to
love takes more than a sumptuous
movies.
facade not to scare the fickle heart of a fanboy.
Cool, blimey!
Like that old high school sweetheart
Movies.
of so many years ago, Dragon Quest hasn't changed a bit from its days on the NES. Sure, she might have grown her hair out, but she still wears a fighting system the same way you remember. Simple and balanced. Besides a few bells and whistles, Dragon Quest avoids the soul harvesting and grid orbs of other games to focus on leveling. Don't think of them as monsters, but as old friends from days past, each with their own look and playful style. Colorful bosses with larger-than-life attitudes
I hate this tender.
impede your every path. Journey as a soldier without a country, with a king tainted by magic and a princess without her beauty.
Hey, hey, the old princess is back.
Other lost souls yearning for adventure and excitement will join your quest to lift a curse and bring justice to the evil jester Dolmagus.
Oh, he died.
Scenes unfold before you with a bit of mystery.
Come with me.
A sly tongue.
Are you a complete fool?
And a Cockney accent.
An epic tale full of laughter, thrills, and tears.
The story may be thin, but the portions are plentiful.
Why, it's enormous!
On the far-flung fields of Dragon Quest,
Just
adventure
Bruce
only
Ninjas.
comes in one size: epic. With the wind at your back and a song in your sail, explore cities with a look and feel all of their own. Rolling hills will tempt you with the call of the siren's song, every horizon clinging to a sheer veil of mystery. While
game
away
to
the
hold
hours
up.
at the
This one
casino
holds
or
up pretty well,
partake of
too.
the arena battles with your own brigade of monsters. With only a whistle, your army of frightful fighters will come to your aid. Few games have held on to their roots while expanding their world like Dragon Quest. At the end of the night, you'll want to save the last dance for this game. That's why we're giving Dragon Quest VIII for the PS2 5 kisses out of 5.
Another 5 out of 5.
Thanks for the memories.
It's great when something can keep what's good about itself, yet change for the better.
Like when the Today Show got rid of Katie Couric.
Or when Crunch Berries got rid of the yellow crunchy pieces and came out with oops, all berries.
Never understood the oops part. It's like, if the berries are good, why would you say oops? Also, for some production mistake at the factory that caused this, isn't that a gigantic error which warrants more than an oops?
I always thought they should come up with my bad, all charms.
Coming up, RPGs can be hazardous to your health. And later, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion on X-Play.
Hell yeah. G-Spot.
I'm Layla Kaylee, and it's time to start the feed.
So go to my website now.
Between them, they have 15 hit points. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play's big old pile of RPG.
That makes this episode sound like a bad thing.
No, it doesn't. It's the RPG special, right? Well, we've got so much RPG stuff.
I know,
it's a big
right?
old pile of RPG, and what could be better than that? Ah, yeah.
I like the ones with the commercials in it, though.
I like that.
I'm sure marketing will love it. You know, as rich and engrossing as RPGs are, like any other genre of game, they can be played too much, and the consequences can be very serious. So pay close attention to our special report on RPG radiculopathy.
We here at X-Play have endured many RPGs, from the good to the bad and the ugly. Oh God, turn it off. Years of horrifying conditioning to bad role-playing has led to a rare medical condition. RPG radiculopathy. Real life and RPG mesh into a nightmarish world from which you can't escape, and sometimes you don't want to. We now turn to renowned fake German scientist, Morgan von Webb. When playing the RPG, a patient will
good night,
first
Alice.
notice a tingle here, in the back of the neck.
Make sure you tuck your Tamagotchis in.
The terror begins. The common symptoms can be recognized early. Common household tasks
You should
transform into
you
struggles
should get like
between
one of the
life
old Tamagotchis
and
games and just play them on stream all these times. That'd be fun.
Egad, stupid toaster.
I'm gonna close your eyeballs. Well, good night, Mooch.
I summon Intern. You win.
As the infected patient builds a more powerful character, delusions of grandeur will corrupt the overconfident player.
You're not on the list.
Behold my celebrity.
Immune.
You lose.
The final stage of this crippling disease is when the player loses touch with both reality and the RPG universe. This is when he will engage in battles with creatures that don't even exist.
Uh-oh. Ratty.
Death to varmints.
Oh, there goes the side.
You lose again.
As
Just lose.
you
He's
can
dead.
see, the condition can lead to devastating consequences. So, if you are playing more than 200 hours a week of RPG, MMORPG, or, God forbid, live action RPG, stop and go play something else, like a card battle game.
Full house.
Oh, there goes its head again.
Oui. Gambling is for me.
Do you know there have been 8 seasons of Celebrity Poker Showdown?
Do I? What don't I know about that show? Okay, go ahead. Give me a season and a week.
Season 6, week 4.
Anthony Anderson, Cheryl Hines, Amber Tamblyn, Alex Trebek, and Michael Vartan.
That's weird.
That is weird. Cheryl Hines going all in on a pair of 3s.
Coming up.
Oh, we get to see Oblivion
The Elder
next.
Scrolls 4 Oblivion on X-Play.
What happens when you take 12 snowboarding animals and force them to work in the same hotel? The Block, series premiere Monday at 10, only on G4. Go to G4TV.com. Always fresh.
Oh my
always
God,
new,
look at that
always
website.
Plugged in.
They've got a standing invite to Noah Wiley's D&D game. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play's look at all things RPG, or as I like to call them, ribbigs.
One of the best things about RPGs is that they can take so long to play. You can use the same RPG for several months as your excuse to get out of social obligations.
I'm still telling people I can't go to their Shabbat dinner because I'm playing Ultima 4.
When it comes to giving you hours and hours of excuse-making bang for your buck, not many RPGs can stand up to our next game, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
I wonder, they probably had to give this at least a 5 out of 5.
Want to get away for a while? Maybe a week, a month, longer? Here you go. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is one of the most insidious social life-destroying games ever unleashed upon an unsuspecting public. Just the colossally comprehensive character creation can consume clock time. You can make just about anyone you can think of. Once you've decided who you are, you're thrown in prison and Patrick Stewart explains the story.
You are the one from my dreams.
When Picard says quest, I say, how long? So it's off into the world to find, wow, it's...
My eyes are glitching out.
Here. Hey, look, ruins to explore. I wonder what's going on in town. Horsey, oh, Horsey. Was there something I had to do? Oh yeah, Patrick Stewart wants me to save his illegitimate son and close magical gates that allow evil things from the Oblivion dimension into our world and make the sky red. But who cares about that when there are artists trapped in their own paintings?
Where did you come from? You look real enough.
Oblivion is all about doing whatever you want to do. Your character skills improve with use, so the game automatically tailors itself to your playstyle. Do you prefer a two-fisted master of the blade? A lock-breaking kleptomaniac? A supernatural spell slinger?
I'm betting they're gonna give it a 5 out of 5.
Go nuts. The province of Cyrodiil is crammed full of interesting stuff. Oblivion nails the living world better than just about any other game. It's real easy to end up with RPG ADD. You can play for dozens of hours without even touching the main quest. Join a guild or two.
It is my honor to welcome you into our ranks as a Knight Brother of the Blaze.
Pick the landscape clean of useful foliage, or stick your nose into everyone's business.
Get lost.
We need to play Oblivion Remastered on stream one of these times.
And they'll all have something to say.
Show me what you've got.
And most of them have problems they're too lazy, stupid, or incompetent to solve for themselves.
It was too much. Too fast. We were overwhelmed.
They even talk to each other once in a while.
Seems that these are turbulent times in the land of the Dunmer.
Bye.
You've got my ear.
Oh, okay, that's a little creepy. Come on, guys, go away so I can break into the guard captain's room.
Hello there.
Okay, well, I'll just ruin your dinner then.
Hi there.
They just don't care.
Wow, you guys took that a lot better than I thought you would.
Hi.
The full voice acting, countless quests, and beautiful graphics are great, but the combat is probably the biggest improvement over Morrowind. Satisfaction abounds as the baddies crumble, whether you're setting them magically ablaze or giving them a taste of the cold steel of your broadsword.
They have to give this at least a 5 out of 5.
With linear cookie-cutter Japanese RPGs clogging the game industry's arteries, Oblivion is like a quadruple bypass of awesome. Buy it and tell your loved ones you'll miss them. You won't be seeing them for a while.
Yep, they gave all the games 5 out of 5 this time.
Now it's time to go over what we did today so we can make sure we're all on the same page. It's the X-Play Replay. Final Fantasy 12 got a 5 because it was really, really good, and 5 is the best score that we have.
Dragon Quest 8 got a 5 because it's the coolest thing from Japan since that robot dog who automatically vacuums your house.
I think that's 2 different products.
Oh.
And Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion got a 5 because of reasons we told you, like, seriously 2 minutes ago. If you can't remember, that's really not our problem.
Speaking of problems, it's time to hear one of your problems with a video viewer mail. Today's viewer mail comes from Rob Kerr.
My eyes are glitching out.
Adam and Morgan. My name's Rob Kerr. I'm a hardcore PC gamer. And I was wondering which MMORPG to get. I was thinking of
God, that's 2000 second thing.
2 or World of Warcraft. Which one should I get?
You are a self-proclaimed hardcore PC gamer, and you don't know what game to buy?
Dude, you're not even softcore. You're not even like mildly suggestive sexual situations.
People are linguistic terms only
They're
remain
just
meaningful
roasting
if
the
we
poor dude.
vigilantly enforce them. If you know someone irresponsibly slinging around the word hardcore, send them over to g4tv.com/xplay. There they can actually learn something about games by watching all of our reviews. Then, and only then, will they have earned the right to call themselves hardcore.
All right, and in answer to your question, well, A, Neverwinter Nights 2, that's not an MMO, so that's really cut out. It's got an M and an O, but doesn't have the other M. Okay, Guild Wars, World of Warcraft.
I think we need to go with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That
was so.
Friend.
Damn, they were.
Especially if you're hardcore.
I know they were savage in this episode.
Playing the World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Anyway, this double whammy of redirecting our viewers like cattle while also making fun of them can only be found here at XPlay.
We love you too.
Well, today's stream was really fun. I actually did really enjoy this. To update everyone what's going on here, so we are well, let me pull up this real quick. So we are at 19 subs out of 20 for this month. That means one more sub away from playing Rat Shaker on stream. I have the other goals coming up here, the other ones that we're gonna be doing, that we hit last month. The marathon stream is gonna be this week probably sometimes. I'll put a date in the Discord whenever I have for sure when I'm gonna have it. But really do appreciate everyone tuning in for today. Now we're gonna raid out, so if you guys want to stay for that, you guys can. If you guys want to leave, you guys can leave, you know. But you guys have a good night. And let me just get this all ready to raid out. I already know who I'm gonna raid out here, so give me 1 second. Gonna raid channel. Following. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Raid starting soon. I have no music up. I have no music. Why do I not have any music? Alright, you guys have a good night. I'll post it on the YouTube side as well. This will be rated out, by the way. I'm posting it for review on YouTube.